What up, y'all? This your boy Westside Willie, pilot of the Bebop, coming in. I'm just letting y'all know that we will be departing from Detroit very shortly. So everybody get in their seats, sit down, relax, and if there's any thickums on this flight, you're invited to the cockpit.
Bebop, we got it on lock. Check your wristwatch. Tick-tock, time for lift off. You hear the stars calling. Baby, come and hold me tight. Cause the sky's falling in deep space, writing these jams. All I need is Jordan, don't look back. It's a price on your head, and they'll double that pay. If you alive, not dead. These cats is new to these scenes and new to these walls. And when the shots start firing, they start to look for the door. Baby, don't get too close. I'm a cowboy. Wake up and see that I'm gone, I'm where the stars going. One thing I can say about life is that it's not born. And one thing I can say about us, we'll never stop hunting. I'm with my day ones, double shot, messing with my third eye. Brody wanna tag along, well we need a fourth mic, I plead the fifth. If the feds start catching up in space so long, I'm getting used to us suiting up. I'm with my day ones, double shot, messing with my third eye. Brody wanna tag along, well we need a fourth mic, I plead the fifth. If the feds start catching up in space so long, I'm getting used to us suiting up.
Wait, who's on the intro?
And
No, I got it.
You got it.
Oh, shit. No, I haven't done it in a minute.
Mine doesn't have it.
Check
Yep,
1
Mike.
2 1 2. Bebop Boys back. Welcome back to the Bebop Boys podcast, where we talk about movies, comic books, anime, and all types of fly shit. What up, N-words?
What up?
Did I miss something?
You did. We missed that last episode because it was snowy.
We all did.
We did.
I wasn't supposed to be on that one.
Oh yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah,
supposed to be.
Persia wasn't supposed to be on it.
It was the.
Good job, Nick.
It was the.
You don't gotta
It was
look
you
at
guys
me. I
because we
see.
did the Black History.
Okay, I get it.
So then it was white history.
No, see,
Oh.
no,
White
y'all do
present.
that shit. Y'all got 11 other months. Well, do y'all count the other month?
No, I was just saying.
What other
Anyways,
month?
so.
Oh, Pride
okay.
Month.
Yeah,
They did get rid of all these things.
they got red. They pulled the flags down quick as hell. Too. Oh my god.
You could tell the companies that were doing it just because they were told to.
Target
They said,
ain't even
"Say
the same."
less."
They was like, fuck this shit. Everybody, every company ever,
Yeah.
every company. Our
lost.
sales are down due to DEI.
Bro, they playing the plane crashes. Well, they saying it's because they
Planes
got
crashed
rid of
because
it.
of DEI.
No, they saying they crashed it because they got rid of it.
Oh,
I would. They fired a bunch of people. Now there's nobody to do anything. So
That's-
anyway, what was I about to say?
Hire the most logical person.
I don't remember anymore.
What'd
I-
you guys see this weekend?
I watched Twilight Eclipse last night with my
No,
girl.
he was trying to lead us into Captain America.
Oh,
bro.
I was.
I've seen that a while ago.
No,
I thought he was
it was a
gonna
bad
catch
on my part. I did it
I
really
would
bad.
have saw Captain America, but my friends are flaky as fuck.
First of all,
All right.
my next door neighbor, his friend told me to go, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to refuse a free trip. Fuck that. Yeah,
He didn't refuse a free trip.
Can't refuse.
exactly. Can't refuse nothing free.
He didn't.
You want me to go pay for it?
No.
Refuse nothing free?
Who's giving me something free?
No, I'm just saying.
Used a double negative.
You would accept anything somebody gave you.
Depending on who it is and what it is.
It's too late now. You've already said in the notes.
Yeah, I can never
Anyone-
go back on my word.
He
One
can't
time.
go back
I'm
on
like,
his word ever.
Yeah, listen to the pod. I go back on my word all the time, every single episode.
That's literally
Fuck
true.
bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's called a
Honesty.
podcast.
That's
Yeah.
called
It's called honesty.
Flaky.
Podcast.
It's called honesty, and we appreciate it.
No,
Anyway.
yeah,
Captain America.
Captain America.
Oh
great.
yeah, not Twilight Eclipse, right?
Yeah.
I'm scooting over.
I'm going with Twilight Eclipse too. But
This matters. No, Captain America: Brave New World. Seen it in theaters. It was decent movie. Not bad.
It was all right. It was
7 out of 10.
Wait, was it better than you expected it to be?
It was exactly how I expected it to be.
okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like everyone was complaining, like you can tell where the reshoots were. Not really.
Wait,
I feel like you're saying that just to say that.
because
Like
you know that there were reshoots.
yeah,
were reshoots,
exactly.
yeah.
Because nobody ever said which. Like the ones with Giancarlo Esposito, those were reshoots. But yeah, you can tell those were reshoots because we know any scene with him was a reshoot. So yeah, I get that if you're talking about that. But if you're talking about like you could see like the inconsistencies in the storyline through scenes, I don't think.
Well,
so.
I thought the pacing of the movie was actually that was one good thing about the movie.
Pacing
It was
movie was
paced good.
Yeah, it
I
was
mean,
fine.
I had some other stuff I didn't like about the movie, but as far
Yeah,
as the good shit,
every movie has something you hate,
yeah.
something you love, except for Veronica. And
he gonna shoehorn that way in there
I'm
somehow.
shooting shots, baby.
There's nothing to love about Veronica.
So much to love about it.
Literally nothing.
Everything.
There's
Anyway,
a wolf in there, and I still don't love it.
It's a wolf in Veronica.
There is.
Veronica, yes.
Yeah, there's a wolf.
Bro,
in
that's
there.
a spider.
But no, it's in the third act.
yeah, okay.
But Captain America: Brave New World, I think what was weak about it was the leader. Kind of just
Wait, with the leader?
the leader. You know, Staniel Stern, whatever the fuck. His character was kind of weak. His motivations understandable. I seen somebody online was like, "Yo, I didn't understand the motivations behind the villain," and I was like, "You mean being locked up for 12 years and then told you get to be free once the president becomes the president, but instead he keeps you locked up and lied to you?" Ooh. Yeah, it seems like motivation enough for me, but I guess teach their own. But he's like, he didn't seem menacing enough to me.
No, I think they put all their villainous into like fucking Red Hawk and even what was his name? Giancarlo Esposito. What was his name?
Giancarlo Esposito, Sidewinder.
He was Sidewinder.
None
yeah.
of y'all are saying his name right.
How are you supposed to say it?
Giancarlo Esposito.
Well, thank you.
Oh,
How
my
you supposed to
bad.
know
My
that?
bad. I try my best, and I'm out here doing my best. Okay,
Okay,
that's the best anyone can do.
I'm just saying. I just had to point that out for you, artards.
See,
Where
should I
just thrown it
where's
down.
edit
at
that?
that
I didn't
point.
say the whole thing.
Yeah, you
South
skipped
Park
like
version.
3 versions.
You skipped an
I
E.
said the
That's
South
it.
Park
You
version.
took out
I
an
think it's
E.
okay.
It's worse than that. Yeah.
Took out an E.
He's Italian.
Giancarlo.
Yes.
We
I
just,
always
I'm
add
just
an
gonna
S
call
on
him
it.
Gus Fring for the.
I'm just gonna call him Sidewinder.
just Chicken Man. There you go.
Sidewinder.
No, but I actually like Sidewinder.
He was cool in there. Yeah, I liked him a lot. I think they could have done better if one, they did not
Exposed.
expose the Red Hawk
But
right
I
away
feel
in all the
that's
promotions.
like
That's what
for-
sold the
that's
movie.
what bring in the 122 million. Fucking Hawk.
I think if you
It's a
hint at
double-edged
it,
sword. It's a double-edged sword.
if you hint at it through promotions and stuff like that.
Do you think we that smart? Or
No, I know no one is. I fucking trust me. I go on Twitter every day. But I don't know. Everybody was complaining the fact that he was surfing on a missile.
I didn't.
That
I
shit
never
was
seen
fire.
anybody complain about that.
That shit was fire. I seen literally an entire thread.
Jeez.
They were like, it was a screenshot of him surfing on the missile, and they were like, they really did this. And I was like, yeah, that shit was fire as fuck.
but
What are you
know
talking
why
about?
They're complaining, right?
Yes. There's a video game where somebody did that.
Was he white?
Where he
might have
surfed
been.
on a missile?
See there.
Well, I don't know why I'm thinking Devil May Cry 3.
Oh, yo, he probably did surf on a
I don't know why,
missile.
but it also might be from Metal Gear Solid. I don't remember.
It's like I think of too many games it could be. But
It could be Sonic.
yeah, I was thinking something. I was
But
thinking
if
something.
they would have did it in any of those, nobody would have said a thing. They would have been like, "Yeah, there was a sweetest cutscene in the game."
Yeah.
But he doesn't in Captain America:
was-
Brave New World.
I
and
did
everyone's like,
see one tweet
"This
about
guy-
that exact thing. That
That's
so
crazy.
they liked it.
That's
I know one person. Yeah, one
only
person
seen
said they
one.
like, but I seen an entire thread of people were like, "This is fucking stupid." They resort to this. Like, I'm like,
They resort to
talking about-
this.
yeah, it's a comic movie.
What are you doing? These are the last
president
worst
turns
thing
into
I've
a-
ever seen.
Yeah, the president turns into a
they're gonna be
giant beast. Like Jesus,
None of
fuck.
this is realistic.
Yeah. Yo, but I did see
This
there's
is a fucking comic book movie.
there is a genuine complaint that I've seen, and it is one of probably the most unrealistic thing, even in like a comic book movie, and it's the travel time. Like
yeah.
they end up in one spot, then they're just in the next scene, they're in the next state. They were talking about when Falcon got injured.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
like
he
how
just
seriously
ended up-
injured he was. They took him to a hospital 20 hours away.
He was
And they
on
were
life
like,
support
they
the
were
whole
like, there was
time.
probably like an allied country nearby they could have taken him to, but instead they took him to this hospital
I don't-
20 hours away. He would have died on the
But
way.
one thing about this movie, it is leading up to like World War III.
Avengers Doomsday. Did you say World War III?
There's a lot of shit going on.
Jesus. Avengers Doomsday. I was somewhat wrong about the post-credit scene, which a lot of people were like, the post-credit scene was ominous. I didn't understand it.
How did you understand?
How- yeah, what did
they
you not
always say
Yeah.
the others.
I
And
thought
this
it was
is the
weird.
only post-credit
Exactly.
scene
That's
that
how I
held
took
weight.
it. I was like, oh,
It's the only post-credit scene that's held weight in the entire of fucking phase 4 and 5.
What about Shang-Chi? They
Holds
wanted
no weight. We've done
Shang-Chi.
nothing about
yeah,
it.
that has not progressed
Shang-Chi.
that at all.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, it's activated something out in the universe or whatever. And then they were like, yeah, fuck it. They did that in like what, 2022?
21.
21? Yeah. We got nothing. They had 2 post-credit scenes in Eternals that have fallen flat.
I have not
Yeah.
seen Eternal, so I don't know.
2.
We
They
saw,
had
you were
Blade.
with us when
No,
we
I
did
didn't.
this.
I didn't. Yeah.
You
That was
weren't there?
Bujo.
No.
Other guy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Bro, they had 2 post-credit scenes in that made no sense, that did nothing. They finally have a post-credit scene that progresses the story in a way that makes like the bigger picture. And everyone's like, this is the worst post-credit scene ever.
Bro, but it's recency.
The fuck are you
bro.
talking about?
It's recency.
It's finally not a throwaway scene.
What was the post-credit scene in Deadpool?
I don't remember. Oh, the post-credit scene was just fucking Human Torch going off on.
Oh yeah.
Again, just a throwaway scene.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they're all
don't
just
forget
throwaway scenes now. They used to be one of the best parts of Phase 1, 2, and 3 were the post-credit scenes were always an extended cut into what the bigger picture was.
Well, if you didn't see the Marvels, the post credit scene was beast.
yeah, but where have we been with that?
We're getting there.
We're gonna get there eventually, but when? Like, is it gonna pay off, or are
But
they
yeah,
gonna
I
throw
do
it away?
remember
like
post
everything
credit scenes being literally about the next movie.
Yeah.
Or the next
Like,
next movie.
I forget which movie it was, but like the post-credit scene of
Iron Man?
I think like Ant-Man or something was a scene from Civil War.
Yes, it was Ant-Man. Yeah, it was the start where Bucky was in the garage.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's like a scene where they recruit.
Yeah, no,
Ant-Man.
you're right.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Like they actually fucking made sense to the bigger picture of this universe we all invested in.
I think they started doing post.
as you were about to go on, what he's actually talking about, I guess, was Illuminati.
Yeah, I thought he was talking about the incursions at first, which
Same.
made sense.
That's what I thought.
But that's the other thing, because people already forgot about incursions from Doctor Strange 2, everyone's favorite fucking movie. And
Yes,
it's like,
yeah.
It's like, bro,
What about it?
how did you forget about that very big, important fucking detail that the whole movie was about?
I didn't forget about it.
But everybody else did.
Well,
like
they fucked
he was like, I see them. You're going to have to fight for this world. They're coming. Which again, he could still be talking about the incursions because he could be talking about the Illuminati coming from a different planet from an incursion. Because in the comic books, that's right, Illuminati, Jay-Z.
Did he just do the
We
song?
sold our soul, niggas.
The Illuminati,
find out in a
real
minute.
quick, the Illuminati in the comic books is a lot different than in the real world. The Illuminati in the comic books is consisted of Reed Richards,
Iron Man.
Smart
Iron Man, Black Bolt,
Yeah.
Namor,
Yeah.
Black Panther,
Black Panther.
Doctor Strange.
What's wrong?
This is a DEI committee.
Doctor Strange,
not
and
Namor?
Professor Xavier.
Huh?
Namor, though?
Namor. Well, he's Latin.
Namor's
Yeah.
a mutant.
Nah, bro.
Is there a gay one?
No, y'all went on the other side, bro. After this one, y'all went on the other side.
Is there a gay
Is
one?
there a gay one
Black
in
Bolt.
the Illuminati?
Black Bolt.
No, he got a wife.
No,
Secret.
no, in the Illuminati. Wait,
No.
which Black Panther is it?
T'Challa.
It's just
Okay, all right. Close
Oh,
enough.
I get it. Shuri? Then,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, Illuminati's pretty sweet. But in the comic books, the incursions, two planets fucking got to battle it out, and the planet that wins gets to survive. So it makes sense for the post-credit scene.
So going back to the movie, how you feel? Like, what was your score on it?
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Lear, what's yours?
Mine is 7 out of 10 too. Well, that's from just seeing it one time. I'm probably not gonna.
Where would you
So it's
put
just a
it?
solid
I'd watch it
movie.
again.
Yeah, would
It's a
you
solid
say
movie.
it's in the like
But
higher
I
half of the
expected
Marvel
it to be
movies?
bad. I expected it to be bad, so that's probably why my expectation was
True.
You say when I put it in the highest?
Like in the top half of the Marvel movies or
Put
bottom
it in the
half?
middle. I would put it in the middle. If
I
we're
think this
basing
is
it off
the
of Phase
worst-
4 and 5,
Just a solid story progressor.
yeah.
I think this is the worst Captain America movie, but the Captain America movies are all of them are.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
not
that's
all of them
so-
are good, but
Which
Oh,
one?
you just prefer a certain
first Avengers, I
a
No, I
certain
agree.
The first
captain,
one?
huh?
I agree.
yeah.
but this
You
is
just
not better.
prefer a certain captain, huh?
What the,
You ain't never
the
gonna
white
break
the
away
white
from-
one.
White savior syndrome. You just want to be saved.
No,
don't you?
No,
statistically, you're not wrong.
No, Anthony Mackie is Captain America,
Yes,
cold
he
as
is.
hell.
That is the one thing I would say he
Bro,
solidifies.
all the fighting scenes and the flying scenes, I just wish it was at least 30 more minutes of that shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
the way he kills that.
And
shit.
mind you, he has no super.
And
soldier.
Red Hawk. I love Red Hawk, but the way that he ended the way he defeated Red Hawk,
Red Hulk in the
kind of
comics
lackluster.
keeps his personality. That's
Of
what
course,
makes him
bro.
even more dangerous.
Tell him what comics.
Well, I
to
guess
read.
I'll go see it by myself.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
Y'all went to go see Nosferatu without me.
You live 2 minutes from a theater.
I don't go to movies alone.
Going to the movies alone is fine.
The one and only time I ever done that was Ant-Man and Wasp. I don't know
I
why.
The movie was okay. Yeah.
I went to see. I went to
You
see
went
Star
all the way to
Wars.
Dearborn to watch a movie by yourself?
You cross the street.
Oh, okay.
No, that
I
makes
went to
sense.
see Star Wars, the last one, the very last one, on
Ah.
Christmas Eve by myself, and
Rise
I
of
literally
Skywalker.
walked out that movie theater.
I wish I was Darth Maul. All right.
That's
Cut
not
in
bad.
half.
Stop.
So, talking about movies, we were in a movie.
Wow.
We did it. It was written and directed and scored and played all the characters by me.
That's completely wrong.
And
Completely wrong.
but
Very wrong.
our friend Max did. She
Yeah.
contributed a little bit to it. She
Yeah,
This is
ignore
her
all
fault.
the credits and
Yeah, this is her
she gave me the idea. She gave me the paper I wrote the movie on. No, I'm just kidding. Max,
Max.
come on.
Can I squeeze in here? Gonna squeeze in like how I got on this podcast.
Get in there.
Hey guys,
Hey, what's up, Max? How
what
you
the
doing?
fuck
Hola.
is up, Kyle?
Hola.
Can I also can I mention that like okay, so
Move.
I saw Ant-Man and the Wasp like 3 fucking times,
Oh wow.
and
Oh.
not because it was good.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
I just happened to see it 3 times.
Okay. Just want to point out
I
it
can
wasn't
agree.
good. I've just seen it 3 times. All
I
right.
will say it's better than the third one.
Ant-Man and the
A
Wasp.
lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with you.
It's just fun. Like
Yeah.
I like the scene where they're like going through the traffic and changing shit, bigger, smaller,
Yeah.
bigger, smaller. I like
Yeah,
That was a good time.
that was it though.
I didn't really like the villain in there, but other than that,
Yep. Nope. I can't even remember who the
Ghost.
Oh, it's Ghost. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ghost.
Took me a minute.
I remember they threw the knives.
I do love
it
Ghost.
was
like,
it was
different,
set up
yeah.
for something bigger
Ah,
towards
yeah.
the end,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and that's the only value it had.
True.
Yep, I'll give you that. And Paul Rudd.
And
Paul
Paul
Rudd.
And
Rudd.
Paul
was it.
Rudd. I'll watch anything with Paul Rudd in it. I honestly.
Yeah. He's got that new movie coming out. Yeah.
24.
Yeah, with
A24.
and
Yeah.
Robin.
But that's not the movie we're talking about right now.
No. Yeah, different movie. Different movie.
You sidetracked like a
All right,
motherfucker.
we made a movie. Guys,
Yeah, we
what's up?
yeah. I retract all my previous statements.
Ah,
Max-
Max, like me.
Max did the majority of everything.
Oh, is that
She-
so?
She's a brilliant genius. So yeah, this movie.
Human cop.
We did The Falling Row.
Shout out.
That was a very fun thing to work on.
Yeah, good.
So
experience.
okay, so we're gonna. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The most fun shoot that I've ever been a part of.
That was really
That was
fun.
Nice.
Well, the other ones you did, you shot them yourself, right? Like it was mostly just you, right?
all independent.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have the crew backing me up at the time. But
Yeah.
like now
Yeah,
you guys you came
formulate.
in on the scene.
Yeah,
and
that was-
you guys all fucking killed it.
That was
Thank you.
super
Thank you.
dope.
Thank you.
Shout out to Wes, who
Shout out
fucking-
Wes.
Shout
He
out
had to go
Wes.
to Ann Arbor that night.
Woo.
But he decided to take his time and do our stupid little fucking project. And
It was
like,
very foggy
Shout out
that day too.
Yes.
Oh,
that was very
appreciate it,
fun.
dude.
Thanks, Wes.
Appreciate it.
Said it
That was very fun.
Yes.
Thank you, Wes.
No,
Okay,
not
so
really.
all right, so we're gonna watch it, and then we're
Yes.
gonna kind of just go through it again,
All right.
and then we're gonna break it down after, right?
hell
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
I guess
Hell
I
yeah.
gotta airdrop it from Vimeo.
You
or
gotta turn the
some
grab
shit.
the remote. Gotta turn the telly on.
It's on.
The air. The
All right, guys, we're gonna cut, and then next time you see us, we'll be watching it.
That's never how
See
this
you in a
works for
second,
us.
y'all.
Intermission.
We got this. All right, we're there. We're on the TV. All right. While we do that, let's
Damn it,
talk
1
a quick
o'clock?
minute about. I went and seen Twilight Eclipse last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and
you went
uh,
and seen it?
Yeah,
Is that
me and
where you
Tiffany
were?
went to the theater. Yeah,
Oh,
it was at the
what
theater.
is wrong with you?
I mean, my.
Why did you go
Hey,
again
first
to
of
see it?
all-
Oh wait,
I haven't
you
seen it
didn't
yet. I haven't seen
I
Eclipse
saw
yet.
it.
How is it
Yeah, I didn't see it.
still in theaters?
They're doing retro.
No, they're doing
right
a
now.
re-release. Yeah.
They're doing retro right now.
And Lord of the Rings is out. And you said fuck
Nick
that.
Room.
I would never see Lord of the Rings. Get the
Nick
fuck
Room.
out.
What the fuck? What is this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wow.
Your experience.
It's an ad.
Also, Jasper being part of the Confederacy.
Huh?
Makes
What?
sense. He's white.
Wait,
All right,
Which Jasper you
Anyway,
talking about?
here we
Yeah.
go.
Wait.
all right,
Do it,
let's
yep.
do it.
Oh.
Here it is.
Everybody, the Falling Row in full. Hell yeah, dude. Represent. A bit dark, but we wanted to show the titles on the screen. Showcase it. That's me, y'all.
Oh my God, I remember this day. It was a beautiful day.
It was hot as fuck outside.
It was hot.
I mean, is it me? People just not like me?
I mean, this was the party you advertised, bro. I probably wouldn't come to this.
But it's supposed to be shitty. It's like a photo shoot. You're supposed to be taking like a photo. It's like an ironic
Nah,
thing.
I get you. I get you. Bro, that camera is.
Is it bad
These
that I
shots are
expected
so
more?
fucking clean.
I know. Like the balloons in the back and shit. Oh my god.
I don't.
Is this
think
the
so.
FX30?
I believe. Yeah.
Here, bro. FX3.
Ah.
Scratch off.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
I know.
ironic.
I know. Thank you.
There were lines there, but I thought it was so much more effective to have him just say nothing.
Much awkward.
No, the fuck.
Is your song weird?
It is.
Hey, what's up, Dom?
Hold on.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing? How was work?
Bro, don't even fucking get me started, bro. I literally made $24 fucking today in total. Like, I pretty much just sat around for 8 hours fucking straight.
Damn, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. Trying to find another spot?
It's easier said than done, bro. Like, I like this spot because I get paid in tips and I can get paid every day. But most spots don't do that anymore. Not that.
You try McDonald's.
Shit, boy, I was working hard that day.
Oh, dude. Their chicken nuggets are fantastic. Best in the world. And don't get me started on that super size me ass.
Who's that?
Who?
That guy over there with the earbuds. I feel like I know.
Yo, I want chicken nuggets now.
Oh, shit. I don't know him, bro. I can't rely on faces. You know me. I'm more of a name guy. I don't know who that is.
Bro, I do know him.
No, that's him. What? I fucking knew it. That's the kid who won the lottery. Like 200K or some shit, man. It's crazy. Look.
You said how long ago was that?
Bro,
Real
like a
school
couple
picture, by
months
the
ago, at
way.
least.
Fucking spoiled ass bitch. Like,
Get mad just so quick.
Mad
Boy,
as
people
fuck.
can't season their food for
That's true to
shit.
character.
It is.
Why in the fall time they gotta rely on pumpkin spice for that shit. You heard me?
yeah, hold on 1 second, bro. Listen. Y'all my niggas, right?
To the end of time.
All right, look. I made $24 fucking today, bro. 24 funky ass fucking dollars. I've been slaving my fucking ass off, bro, and for what? $24? $24, bro? That can't even get you a fucking half tank of gas these days, bro.
Just put 20 in.
Look, I gotta try something different, bro. I just need to know if
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
are
I like how the music come in.
down
Suspense builds.
Yeah.
to the end.
It's bass just on the ready. Man, I'm not feeling this shit, man. I need to
Such a beautiful fucking shot, bro.
Get back.
So unserious.
What do you
Shut
want?
up, man. Give me his phone. Listen here, white boy. Oh, fuck that shit. Hey, bro, we heard you moved out your parents'
Dude, that
house
was so
recently. We need
genuine,
that new
bro.
address.
Stop.
How do you know about that?
Don't worry about how we know about it. Just give us the new Addy pronto.
Why is it your business?
It's my house. I mean, I can
I love
tell
the
you whatever you're looking
camera
Hey, man,
movements in
relax.
this.
All
Like,
right, calm down.
I love
It's
it,
not
like
you're
how
looking
it's
for
moving.
some or something.
Why would you say it like that? Now you're making me think that is what you
Bro,
want.
why'd you make it weird?
I'm not making it weird, bro. I just wanted to be mysterious, okay?
You're not being mysterious, bro.
Well,
You're just
what do you
being
want from me?
very
This is
fucking.
to stop.
Look,
Pacing is everything, bro.
nothing's gonna happen to you.
Sounds like that's how we actually argue.
It's right now.
Had to capture that energy.
Dominic?
For those of you who missed it, this is the part where you realized, oh, the guy in the pink mask is actually the guy who used to be my friend. Some dramatic shit. This part was cringy, but it's supposed to be.
What were you listening to? You had the headphones in.
Audio. Thinking Grover.
Death grips.
Helen Keller's Water.
Helen Keller water.
I love the soundtrack right here. Whatever that.
This was inspired by Duke Nukem.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that reminds me of something like from Zelda or like when you're in the Zora's Domain.
A lot of Yeezys in the shots.
Where's the money?
Money.
Never mind.
You think I have money? What money?
From the fucking lottery, Max. Don't fuck with me.
Lottery. Are you fucking stupid?
You fucking stupid.
Really liked the pan down when I went to the floor. It was.
You really think that I would keep that kind of money on my property, not put it away in some kind of account? Even then, why would I be so fucking selfish?
the sound of you guys in the background with like the.
Did you actually
and
read
shit.
the article that came out about
It's
the
so
jackpot?
cool.
I used the money to buy a house for my parents, okay? They were living out in Southeast Michigan, and they were struggling, as you should know, so I thought it would be the right thing to do, but no, I'm just the loser that blows $250K on nothing. I just like to throw fucking money at people. You know, in retrospect, it honestly makes sense. I wonder if you stop being friends with me because you think I'm some privileged cracker.
Yeah.
But, newsflash, everyone's going through shit. Everyone.
That shit.
And you, of anybody, should know that nothing is ever going to come easy 100% of the
All
time.
right, now I start talking
for
about that
anybody.
gap. Now that's the problem.
I love my gap so much.
So what are you going to do?
Oh,
What is your
this
fucking
double,
plan?
bro.
Yeah, get that knife.
I should have stabbed you.
Oh shit.
Fuck no. Fuck, I ain't signed up for this shit. You go through with this shit, I'm out.
Bro, what? What happened to sticking with me to the end, nigga?
Bro, if you kill a white boy, the end is fucking tomorrow.
Right, Dom. We can't do this. I'm cool with kidnapping someone, but for some odd reason, I draw the
For
line.
some
He doesn't
reason.
have the money.
And he doesn't have the money.
No, do it. Kill me. It'll only fuck up just about everything and everyone you ever cared about, but it's what you do best, right?
Ooh, tensions are high.
Oh shit. Dom, get the fuck off, Dom. Let me go.
What if we actually cut you on accident? That could have been possible.
I've been stabbed 3 times.
Oh, I see.
But 3 different people are the same person.
2 different people. One person twice.
Crazy.
Damn, still got the mask on.
And that's how you do that shit on a low budget.
Yeah. Bitch ass Lear gonna leave me there.
Hey, bro, we said we just drawing a line at murder.
It was an accident.
It was the end
It
of
was accidental murder.
It was the end of my time.
It wasn't premeditated though.
Fuck, man.
Nah, I'm leaving, bro.
Fuck.
You can hear him go like, "Oh shit," as he's leaving. He said, "Fuck this shit."
I don't know if I told you this, but I'm getting my own place pretty soon.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that.
So we circle back to them knowing he has a new place.
It's all signed for. It's all set. You should come see it when I move in. I'm actually gonna have a new start. Something different. It's insane. What the fuck?
Crazy. Too.
Okay, but come pick this up.
Applebee's.
Yeah.
We had to include the Applebee's.
Yeah.
We went to that shitty ass Applebee's.
Our lunch break.
So mad about Applebee's.
Okay.
Very good, very good.
Beautiful.
That was very fun.
Beautiful, beautiful.
There's so much to it. Just like the color, the cinematography. I would argue like the cinematography was as much of a character as we were in like a lot of aspects. Because it's just like so beautifully shot. It's just a wonderful looking movie. Thank you, Sony Effects, but also Wes.
Yes, thanks. Wes.
Props to Wes.
Thank you,
Beautiful
Max.
shot.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
my God, that's my guy.
Yeah.
That scene in the kitchen transitioning from fucking Mike to Lear rushing in. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I think the car scenes were my favorite.
Yeah,
This
those
way,
are
even
fun
like,
as fuck.
yeah, the camera was so good because you still see like the drops on the window.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that shit was fire.
It pre-rained that day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We didn't get rain on the
That's an
shoot,
effect.
but we got it
Thank God.
free.
And I definitely liked the end part where it was showing Persia like slowly swinging the knife. And then it showed him smiling happy, then to you smiling happy, and then your fear. That like
Right.
actually really
Cuts
put me
back
through
to
too.
reality. It's
Yep.
it's so
All the
sick.
music came in to like you scored it yourself.
All the
right?
music.
I did.
Yeah, all the music
Great
is coming in at the right moments, especially like when the car scene again, when it's like building the suspension. You finding in Persia you finding out that it's Persia in the front seat. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It
That was really dope. That was really
And it was a lot of fun.
Like
It was so
weren't
much
there.
was
fun.
a lot of
It was
fun.
so much fun.
put together
wow.
so well.
Yeah.
fun to watch and then like fun to put together
Yeah.
in a lot of ways because like the script was written in mind with like flexibility. Like I knew from the get-go this was going to rely on like your guys' friendship and like the bond you guys already have in your chemistry. So it was really written about like having some improv in mind, but also at the same time like there was that structure there too to make it like not just like a mess of a story,
Exactly.
which was sick as fuck.
It's a storyline to follow.
And where did that storyline kind of come from? Was it inspiration or is it
Yeah.
kind of on the spot?
I mean I've wanted to do a thing for a while where it was like just like friends falling out and then like because there was an instance that happened to me in like elementary school where like just some guy fucking cut ties with me and he never explained it. He just fucking hated me one day.
I hate that shit. I got a couple people on my list.
as kids do, I guess. But like, you know, that's actually happened a few times in my lifespan. And so I kind of wanted to just like bring that into a screenplay for at least one of my stories in my lifetime. And I'm happy I got to do it with you guys.
Very good.
Yeah, we
happy to be part of
appreciate
it.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
part
dope.
of it. Yeah.
Because I act a lot.
You act to act.
Yeah.
I act up.
I was about to say you act out.
I act up, I act out. You know, I got credits from the past. So you
Yeah.
know.
Here's the thing is that like you're a goofy guy, Nick.
Yeah, he's
Like
a
it's
character.
hard to get you to deliver a serious line. And
It's hard to deliver.
the fact we fucking managed to do that, I think is just a miracle in and
Yeah.
of itself.
Thank you. Some people I've heard whispers Oscar worthy. I've heard whispers. There they are. I've heard them. I'm hearing
I
them
think
now.
that's because we were talking about the Oscars that day.
And we threw me in one of the categories, best actor.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
They put me in best actor, best
Best
actress,
actor for
best
that?
supporting. Yeah. They put me in best soundtrack. They just threw
So
me
you
all
guys
over.
are all taking credit for my work.
That's what's the
That's
trend
what
right
whites
now.
usually do. Yeah, so that's how it is. But no, it was so much fun, especially when you approached me with it at
Right.
work about it. I was pumped.
Right.
I was excited.
And like speaking of acting chops, I think like Persia fucking carried this film.
Really fucking good.
You did all right.
Like
Real
because
good.
we were talking about it and we were like, okay, so your acting is basically going to be the focus because you're the main character. And so I mean, you fucking pulled no punches.
I tried.
You got angry, you got sad, you got confused.
Yeah, what did you summon up to get that anger? That knife wielding.
I woke up.
Nick,
You don't
has
live with
this- Nick has this idea in his mind that I'm just an angry person.
Not an idea.
Oh, God.
I'm not an
Yeah.
angry person. I just get angry easily.
Okay.
It's
Oh, my bad. I confused the two.
it is the emotion that's closest to the surface for me most of the time.
Mm.
Uh,
But
Perfect.
no, it was
I practice it a lot. Actually, I took it very seriously.
Yeah.
So,
What was your experience like trying to bring that character to life and just like, on the set as well? Like what was sort of going through your mind when you were trying to bring, these emotions out?
I wanted to be as transparent as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I was kind of just like, it wasn't really like the character isn't that. It's not such an abstract character where like you would have to go into being like a whole nother mindset.
Right.
Like it's like a kind of person like we've all been.
You
I
don't have
think.
to get super skinny for
Yeah,
it.
you don't have to like you don't have to go out like super out of your way for it, but I think for that I was kind of just like trying to like be as transparent with what was happening as possible. And then like so that was really what I was trying to pull up. And like I can't remember where I heard it, but like there was something where I heard about acting where it was like you gotta you gotta like the more dumb you're willing to look, the
Yeah.
better it'll come across.
100.
Because like you like when you think about someone that's like acting bad, which like that's why I was like when we did it, I kept asking for feedback and stuff because I do want to get better as an actor in general.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you think about like a bad actor or like someone acting bad, it's like they're trying to portray themselves in a certain way.
Right.
Whereas like if you're trying to like portray a certain emotion, like when we talk about Viola Davis or whatever, like Viola Davis gets in a character, she starts crying, her nose starts snotting, like,
Always the fucking
like the
boogers.
fucking snot and like all like so she looks like if you let yourself process that this woman isn't actually feeling these emotions, then it's like what the fuck? But then
Right.
like because she's doing that, you can't process that. Like
Right.
you're watching someone cry and like go through all the emotions, and that's what you
I would take that like a bad actor is somebody who is trying to act, and then the good one, the ones that give you emotion, is they are trying to be that character.
yeah, they're just
Where almost all the best crime scenes I've seen in like all of media, like Breaking Bad, there was one in I think
Session with Roy.
yes, where
Or
when you
method
see the
acting.
behind the scenes of those, when they're done crying, they have somebody come up and counsel them. They have to sit there and deal with the emotions. They say that like it was a bad time because they are actually putting themselves in that. They're not just like, I want to try to
Right.
act like this. They're
Yeah.
like, I'm actually this and I'm feeling this emotion.
yeah.
Heath Ledger.
I was gonna say the good crying scene, which does not get talked about a lot. Tom Holland in Infinity War.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That one was a solid one.
Yeah. That made
When
me
I-
cry.
That made other people cry.
Yeah.
When I talked to the Bryce Papenbrook, he said that when he's crying, like in Attack on Titan, he's actually crying.
Right.
Like even like voice acting, like they're going
You
through.
seen the
But
Yuji
then
guy?
they put him. But like I told him the same thing. Like I saw that scene. That's why it even came up because I saw like someone made a video where it was the voice actress for Mikasa, the Japanese and the
Oh
English
yeah,
one,
yeah.
and they were both crying
Yeah,
at that
dude.
scene, and they like showed them together, and that's why he said that. He was like, yeah, like bro, you're just like voice acting is just acting in front of a microphone. So like no
Right.
matter what, you kind of got to let yourself feel these emotions, and the better you can like let it come out. Like I know what it would look like. I can conceptualize what it would look like to really sell any emotion, but like I think it's like trying to hold it in or like hold that back is what gets in the way of it.
Yep.
Cause like when you think about like if I was like to act angry, like and really sell it, it would be to the point where you would be scared because you understand that there's nothing to be angry about in this moment. Like
Right.
that is when you're really, really selling something. Like when someone really starts crying and you like so much so to the point where you're like, did something happen?
Yeah.
Like why? Like god damn, like but like I think that's like the peak. That's like the pinnacle of it.
I think the worst thing you can do is get in your head about it. Like you have to just full on.
Oh, 1 second, I'll be
go.
right back.
You just gotta like fucking whatever you got internalized, and if you want to bring it to the screen, you gotta like don't hold it back. You gotta just not think about it and go.
And I think that's when you even make not even just the product being good, but the experience and like the energy on the set even better when you can let everybody kind of feel comfortable, like unleashing that stuff. Because like you said, once there's a little bit of, I don't know, this person might take it this way, I don't know, it's like that's when it's gonna be like it's gonna reflect on your performance, at least in my opinion. Of course, when I'm watching any show, even like with actors, they talk about it when they're on the show where their characters hate each other. I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, but they will say on the set they try to actually be separated, or they actually he's a feisty one. Be careful with him. But the actors will try to not be friendly on set to sell the characters on the show that they're not friends, that they're villains. And then of course after the production they're like, I loved them, they were great, but during the time we tried being in that character to make the set like that. What are you doing, dude?
Just push him off the couch.
Everybody got a podcast these days.
Chuck. Chuck, you gotta go.
No, he's out.
So I wanted to know, because I was listening to, we're gonna talk about your EP too and everything, but were you working on the EP when you were doing Fallen Row?
I was working on it for the past like few months, yeah. But like
So did they overlap?
I didn't really start fully working on the EP until like fucking October maybe. Because we shot the thing in like June, right?
Yeah.
And then
Oh, okay. So you not just started working on the EP, but like okay.
But there was like one song on there that like I worked on like a year ago, and then I like reconstituted
Because
it.
that the NBC, the intro song literally sounds, or one of the elements in there sounds like it's from the intro of the beginning of the song.
Oh,
right.
When he's running,
Yeah.
because it kind of sounds like
because
that.
it sounds like very brum, brum,
Yeah,
brum.
very.
But like I'm very like synth heavy like when it comes to my producing, because like I don't know, it's a cool sound, and I like the way that like computer sounds are. I try to like implement like a little bit of like real instruments and like acoustic shit, but I think like there's something about like that Stranger Things-esque soundtrack.
Like a droning arpeggiator.
Yeah, right. It's cool. I would really like to work with like a real synth, not like a Logic Pro
like
type
a VST
deal.
you want.
Oh yeah,
Not in the DAW and everything.
like because I think that would like add like a new layer of like authenticity.
Mhm.
I'm like really particular about the way that I do shit, because like if I don't have like elements of like a few different things, like if I don't have a person doing backing vocals and then like a fucking real guitar in this song is ruined.
Yeah.
You're a perfectionist.
Yes,
No, I definitely get that.
I need like a particular thing, like an electronic piece, a real thing, and then like a voice, at least somewhere in a song for me to like fully appreciate it.
If
'cause-
anything, that's what your sound is then. You're just kind of finding your sound and what you're liking in it. I'd say keep sticking with that, really.
Yeah, I mean, like, because you've been doing like producing and shit for a little bit. I mean, what's your experience been with?
I mean, I use FL Studio. I've been doing it since 2017, but it's more.
I'm a Logic Pro girly.
Yeah. I've never had any of the Macs, and I had no money for FL Studio, so it was really easy to just pirate it. The only reason I got into it was because one of my friends randomly was like, "Hey, I pirated this," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Can I try it out?" And then I just got addicted to it. But other than that, I just kind of been making it as a side thing, and then getting serious into it with when I was first starting. I was trying to imitate other people.
Right.
And then when I would start showing my beats to friends or listen to myself, I wouldn't hear like a thing that was me. But now, like in the past 3 years, every single song I make, I have those elements of something that I was like, I want this in it. And every single time I do it, my friends would be like, "Oh, here he goes with that." And I'm like, "Yep, that's my sound. I'm gonna fucking do it. I don't give a shit because I like that kind of."
But I like that signature stuff.
Yeah,
That's
you
why I
did
got-
you made the beat to the intro.
Yeah, Bebop one. Yep.
That's awesome.
I love that. I love that.
And I loved your delivery and your flow on that shit.
Oh yeah, it was very cowboy-esque. Cowboy. Well, we ain't after the bebop, so I had the bebop in mind. So Yeah, and then anything that Matt makes, I'ma love regardless.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
there was
you,
other
thank you.
elements to that song that were probably just super awesome.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the first voice. I mean, the first.
There's a few lyrics at the beginning of the song, recorded by, someone we won't name.
No, I don't.
A legend in these parts.
The legend in these parts hasn't been around for a while.
West
good
Side
shit.
Willie.
West Side Willie.
I didn't know that was you that did the intro.
I recorded.
My mom said the same thing.
Yeah, I recorded it on my phone while I was driving.
Because you
That was a one take.
such
mind
a
you.
crazy voice, like distinct from like just your regular
You've
shit.
never heard of? He's made a lot of videos with West Side Willie, and they are all great.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, it was a team effort, guys.
Yeah.
Why you keep looking at me? I asked you to do it.
Yeah, no.
I
That
bet
shit was
you.
hype.
I had to remind you.
That shit was hype. No, you ain't remember.
I just told him one time, like, yo. He said, yo, here you go, right now. Yeah. $50. I'm like, bro, it's your
I
song.
didn't get the $50.
But it's your song.
I didn't get the money.
Oh, okay.
You
Go
never
ask
said
for it. Yep. The
Where
streaming
my
room-
credits? I was about to say, hold on, they're streaming.
Yeah,
this.
wait a minute.
Am I getting paid for this?
Well, you got to talk to Gage because he got like 20%. So
Damn. Gage, where you at, bro?
yeah, homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on Instagram Live every day.
Good.
Yeah,
It should
he
be.
is.
Yeah.
That man is grinding. Shout out to Gage.
Shout out
He
to
is
Gage,
really
indeed.
fucking doing.
Well,
Does he have a viewership on his Instagram lives?
He usually
Or is it
does.
just like
Usually
20
does.
people?
When I go in there, yeah, he does.
I know. Gage is great though. Makes great music. Fun to be around.
But yeah, man, Max, this was an incredible experience.
It was.
One of my first acting roles. I got
You did
credit
really
to
good
that.
too.
Yeah.
I love acting.
Yeah, everybody did fantastic. Everything about this was just so much fun, and it was interesting because Max would show me like things at work that she had already like. This is what got so far. This that
Got to see the
It was
vision.
fun to watch it. Like I didn't put it together, but as a person who used to put things together, it was fun to watch again. The
Right.
process and all that stuff. Like it was so much fun. And then while you're making it, you're in your head, you're thinking about how it's going to turn out, but you never actually get it right. You know,
Welcome to the acting experience.
It's so much fun.
And I know. I
It's
want to
been a
do it
while
really
since
again.
I wet my chops, but it was good to get out there again.
I think we need to do a comedy one, like a straight comedy one.
We are.
Straight
Well,
comedy.
we
I
we
would
have
love
a
to.
series in the works. We've been working on.
I'm
it for-
excited.
We all do have an idea of a
Awesome.
thing.
Ooh, of a thing.
Yes, there's a few
I'm
ideas in
there.
the pool right now. There's a few ideas in the pool right now. Few ideas, sketch comedy kind of thing going on.
Yes. I want to take some time to do a couple shout outs. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, shout everybody out.
Let's do it.
yes. So, Jalir, I think that you did, despite not having like a lot of experience, I think you did a really good job at like doing this role where it was like you're hesitant about like everything going on, like you're supportive, but also at the same time you're like, okay, we're in too deep
Yeah.
a little bit. And like it was not something no offense, I didn't expect you to be able to, but you fucking pulled it off.
Thank you.
Because like it was sort of like an improvised sort of thing,
Right.
and I think like your comedy was so I legitimately think you're a comedic genius.
Yeah, the chemistry
thank
is
you.
really
Thank you.
good.
Appreciate that, man.
Like,
Chemistry is really
because like you'll have like the moment that we just watched where it was like what was it in the car, you were like, stop it, bro, or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So
Going
white
back and
boy.
forth
And
with
he's
it.
like, bro, stop.
It's like subtle moments like
I
that that
love
like you
that,
you don't think about, but it's just like
when you're running out of the stairs and you're like, fuck this shit.
Nick, again, like you killed it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I mean, like, because we also went in with the idea that like your personality was going to be the focus of your character, because like you talk a very specific way and you have a very specific humor.
I would
I've
say,
been told this, and I don't
I
know
would
how
say,
I talk still.
I don't know how you would take this, but I would say you would, if you were like big actor in all the movies, you would be like the same character in all the movies, and it would love it. People
I
would
would
love
be
it.
fine with it.
Like
That's,
a Paul
that's
Rudd
literally
type
Jason
character.
Bateman.
Exactly,
That's literally Jason
no?
Bateman.
And I love
And I
that
love him in
because-
everything he's in.
And what I mean by that is your personality is what those like
Oh, thank you
just your
kindly.
personality.
I would enjoy that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would be like, no, Nick, we want you to do this differently. No, just do you.
I don't want to do things.
Yeah,
I
there you
think
go.
like just bouncing off pause. off of Nick, off of his like just character is fun. You know,
Yeah.
anytime anybody's having a conversation.
That's why I'm
You guys
excited
had
to
the
do comedies.
funniest moments in.
Yeah.
the movie.
Well, even
100%.
if Persia was here, I'm pretty sure he would say the thing like just
R.I.P.
same thing, just bouncing off of Nick's what's it called.
Mhm.
Oh, I think yeah.
No, I agree.
No, it's always fun to bounce off the people around me. So
there was a lot of shit.
A lot of bouncing.
A lot of shit we had to retake because they kept laughing consistently at themselves.
I'm sorry.
it's
And then-
also fun. Though.
And then Wes
Yeah.
got more irritated every time that we had to retake it.
That yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I know what I
That's
hear
fair.
you
Yeah.
and I feel you.
That is another thing too. Like I was supposed to do something that day, but never skip all that. But just when you shoot something, you also have to remember how many takes and how many like something that
I
the-
agree,
the light
man.
may be off. You may deliver it
Right.
but the lighting was off, or somebody forgot some of their line, or like like it's so many takes, and that was only what 15 minutes.
10,
10
probably
minutes,
10,
exactly.
11 minutes.
So just,
I-
just imagine something 30 minutes.
That's
or
a
40
great way to
minutes.
put it, because I notice that with like making music, and sometimes with people that I make music with, they're really particular on like doing it in a certain amount of takes or on the first take, and I'm like, it's not gonna be like that. Or like if they do one take, they'll be kind of scared to be like, can we do another one? I was like, we do as many as we can. Like
Right.
with Christopher Nolan, David Lynch, they will shoot a scene like 10 times and they'll use the first take. Like they just like, we
Yeah.
just want multiple. We just
Shout
gotta
out
make
David
sure
Lynch.
that you can
Yeah,
kill. Yeah, R.I.P. David Lynch. For
The
sure.
GOAT.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be surprised because even though this film was only like 11 minutes, it was an all-day shoot. Like,
Yeah.
we shot from
All day.
fucking 12 o'clock to 12.
Yep.
And probably even like a little later than 12.
Yeah. But it was fun.
Every hour.
I think if you're planning on shooting and you're planning on being, it doesn't matter how long the film is or anything like that. Just block out the whole day.
Right.
No,
Block
I
out
agree.
the whole day.
I wanted to ask you guys, because you remember that like promo that you did when you were bringing the Bebop back, and
Yes.
you brought like Antonio and Matt on, and you were introducing them. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, how long did that take to shoot? Did you have to do retakes for that shit?
Yeah,
2
I
hours.
would say, we're usually never on time for anything. So
and it was only like us reading off lines. I mean, we have facial expressions and everything too. of
Yeah.
course,
Right.
but, like it was only us just like reading off lines.
it was only like a 2.5 minute, 3 minute clip.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lear had wrote the script, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were all, and then I think the best
Brings out
thing to
my
do,
emo.
even with like your script, like you have an idea of what that person's going to say, but you should also let the actor improvise part of their personality into it, because you did
Right.
get this person for it, and you did that with us,
Right.
and that I appreciate that, because it's like it makes it a little bit easier when you're not, when you have to say line for line, it feels more robotic.
Oh, absolutely.
So when you're like, just stick to this area, but like,
Right.
This is the structure. Right?
Especially, if you're working with people
Build your
that
own house.
like you know they don't have like the most like acting experience going in. Like, I think it's easier to get like a fluent performance if you're like giving them the space to breathe.
yeah.
It's crucial. And I mean, like, that Bebop promo was what introduced me to fucking Persia's like acting ability. I was like, I could like utilize that. I could make something more out of that. And then it introduced me to Wes's camera skills, because like he killed it on that shit too. Like the lighting, there was like lightning coming in.
baby.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
me,
man, I'm
baby.
like-
Yeah.
It was
the light
just
switch?
a
I was
light
like an hour and a
switch,
half just
just
doing that.
flicking the light
Yeah, I was just
switch.
doing, and then I was kind of like jiggling it a little bit, and then I let it go to make it seem like it was lightning. And I was like getting it down. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, this looks like lightning.
I thought it was like an actual like light that you put
No,
outside.
let's go. We did it. Yeah,
That's
we
fucking crazy.
improvised a lot on that. Too.
Yeah. When you're broke, you work with what you can.
I know.
When you're
I
broke,
know
you work
from
with-
that's like
experience.
the
I
It's
used to
Always
do-
Sunny part. Oh, you go.
Oh, and I used to do photo shoots in my mom's basement, and I think we like Max, Wes, Persia, you might know, but like photo shoots with actual backdrops and shit are expensive. As
Absolutely.
fuck. I would go to Joanne Fabrics. I would get enough for a profile, $12, and then do hella photo shoots.
a black background is really easy to work with. You
Yeah.
could just get a sheet.
Oh,
and,
I would
like-
go and get. I would get like fucking checkered like shit, or like ones with flamingos all over it. But I would get just like enough for a profile. Knock out a photo shoot with my boy Fonz. That's what we would do all the time. But you learn to improvise when you're broke. Like if you want it to happen, it will happen. Like there's no stopping you.
Especially with art.
That's really trippy too, because like when you think about it, we talked about this. I think the last episode we were doing or whatever. But like you kind of start to realize like it, unless you're really trying to do something sweet, like sweet like CGI or like some kind of crazy shit, a lot of times like people are overcharging for shit, and like they
Right.
like for a fact that you can do this on a budget.
You're usually just
somebody's
paying
trying
for
to
the
charge
name.
you. Somebody's trying to charge you $2,500 to do something that you could do for $200. Like it's just like a lot of. There's a book by Damon John, which is like the guy from Shark Tank, but it was called like The Power of Broke or something like that. But it's like when you don't have money, you have to be resourceful. Resourceful is like a synonym for creative.
Right.
And then like you just like, okay, I have this vision. That's what we said. Like we were like, you gotta have the vision. And then once you have the vision, you'll figure out how to make
Build
it
around
happen
it.
with whatever you have.
That's the thing is like when I started producing, I was using GarageBand on my phone and shit, and like using like the free software and right, Windows Movie Maker when I was growing up. That was a big thing too.
Oh my
Microsoft
God.
Paint.
Microsoft Paint.
Oh,
that's
that's
the classic, the goat. But no, the thing is like I think my advice to like filmmakers and like just anyone making art, grow up poor, because you
Grow up
you will
poor.
you will learn how to like do shit, and then when you actually get like the money to like do like expensive like crazy things, you could do a lot with like a little budget.
Yeah,
like
but, like-
because you're smart about it.
Exactly, and no amount of money can like is gonna make you creative.
Right,
Like-
exactly.
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
no-
buy that.
Yeah, like you can't like no amount of money will make that looks like Bryson Tiller. No amount of money will make you creative, but like if you're creative, you don't really need a lot of money. Like
Oh, exactly.
yeah, it's a dope thing. Like I did a video, like probably my most creative video that I've done was called like 20K Freestyle, and it was because I had this idea in my
I
head.
loved that fucking video.
You saw that video? Yeah.
It's really good.
20K Freestyle, like we did that in a basement. I bought a bunch of fucking makeup and shit offline and like hired some people to do the makeup and like that kind of shit. Even same thing with like Freaky Deaky was like the same thing. You start off with the idea, you know,
Right.
and then like you bring it to life the best you can. But like there are people who are like they pay $100,000 for a music video that does the same shit. Like I know the baby paid at least $50,000 for like the Suge video. Like and it was like, nigga, you could have.
I think was just like a director team that was like he was one of their artists.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Might have been on the yeah.
what was the budget for Tropical Pikachu when you guys did that?
Like $1,000. Like
Yeah, because like you guys
$500.
had the expensive car you pulled up, and
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, like that was also a resourcefulness thing because we went out there and shot 5 videos, I think, like on the same budget. So
really
Yeah.
yeah. it
Then we
was-
got harassed.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was
Jesus
like
Christ.
no, because
harassed.
when we went out there,
I think didn't he lose his shirt too?
Huh?
That's the same time you lost your jersey too.
Wait,
don't say I
Tropical-
lost my jersey.
Oh, here we go.
She pressed him.
She didn't press me,
Uh,
bro. I'll call Boudreaux right now.
Was it an initiation?
Sounds
The-
like a pressing to me.
No,
but
I'll call Boudreaux right now.
Boudreaux
It was a
busy.
donation.
No,
Boudreaux
so
busy.
when we went out, we went to LA to shoot Tropical Pikachu. That was
Oh,
just
that was
because
LA
like I
too.
wanted it to be in LA, but like we shot that. So it was probably like $1,000 to be honest, like because we did a trip to LA. I think I covered for him, and then we did the Airbnb. But then so we shot Tropical Pikachu, Entei, part of No Me Amas. We shot a video called Slide.
Whoa.
Um,
Multi-purpose trip.
Yeah, and then like some of our boys came, they shot videos too. So it was just like whenever I can, I try to I try to get as much done as possible in this one trip.
I mean, that's the best way you can do it. To be honest.
the least resourceful. We got nothing done. It wasn't on me. I was
Just
ready to go, and every time they just fucked around.
Just going for the
like
vibes.
you just can't, bro. Like I struggle with that though. Like if I'm like going out, I struggle with going out and not being productive. Like if I got to go out of town or something, like it's got to be something business related. Cause like Nick knows, like bro, me and Nick have gone on some trips and like we get bored relatively quickly. If like you're there for a reason and like, cause we don't go to the club. We don't go to the club. We don't fucking like go look for bitches. We don't like do all that. Like we go out there to work, and that's basically it.
And
They
eat
got the
food.
bitches
And eat
already.
food. So when we went to Austin twice, I think, and
Yeah.
like, bro, we went to Austin. We were there for a show or for a meeting or some shit. Went there after like we ended up doing the same shit we do here, bro. Go to the movies.
We played
fucking play ping pong.
ping pong for a good portion of that time we were there.
Yes, bro.
We spent a really long time playing ping pong.
We went to Miami. We watched all of.
Watch all
When we-
season one.
when we
It's
left Miami,
sick.
We shot
Michael
a
B.
video.
Jordan movie.
We only shot one video, right?
shot
We
one
only
video.
shot
in Miami.
Yeah.
yeah. We just shot that one video in Miami. That
Rest
was
in
where we
peace.
got harassed.
Rest in peace, Camaro.
Oh, he passed?
He did. Yeah. Rest in peace,
Oh,
Camaro.
man. No,
Damn, rest in
terrible.
peace.
Yeah.
Whoever.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so we just try to. I feel like that's how you have to be as a creative in general. Like that's why like sometimes which I don't know if you guys touched on this yet, but I find it funny. I like it. I hope we get big enough to the point where somebody will see that we made a movie and then critique it. 'Cause all we do is talk shit about people. Like,
But we talk shit, but we create.
but it's yeah. So like that's what like if you're a creative, but that's a struggle too. I've noticed that especially with like music.
That's why I don't
'Cause,
want
like,
to talk about music.
When you're a creative, but you're a creative no matter what, you're also a fan.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, when you're a fan, naturally you're gonna admire and you're gonna critique. And then but as a creative, you can also be on the receiving end of those two
Yeah.
things.
But as you should be.
But you should be.
Yeah.
But so
that's-
like I think a lot of people struggle to take that in though, especially the bigger you get as a creative. Like people don't want to be critiqued. Like I noticed that especially with rap. Wes would know this, like you would know this, like with rappers, bro. If you're a rapper and another rapper critiques you, instant beef.
God.
It's like
Yeah.
instant beef. Like fuck that nigga, bro. I swear to God. Like bro, like
Drake.
But I think that's
a
more
lot
of an
of-
ego thing.
it's a pure
100%.
ego.
It's a pure
It's
ego
pure
thing.
But that goes into what I said earlier, man, about stand culture too, bro. People will stand on the side and you can't critique somebody as if they're not human beings,
Yeah.
bro. These people
Yeah.
are human beings. They're not perfect.
Yeah.
No, yeah. That's like if I was taking photos and someone was with me, like my favorite thing would always be like if I was taking photos and Boudreaux was with me, who also takes photos, and he was like, "Yo, try and position it this way, or change the lighting over here."
Always.
But the
does
thing
that
is,
shit.
I would always take them and be like, all right, let me try it out. And I would also do that. But my thing is, if someone was with me and they didn't take photos
and they
or do anything and they would say something, I wouldn't take it as serious.
I get what you mean.
Like I would think
Definitely.
about it,
Yeah.
but if I'm with somebody who I see just as good as me or better, then I'm like, all right, yeah, let me see what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Me. Also, like you have to be willing to try something someone is who does the same thing as you.
Yeah. But I
Try
wouldn't
that
want a
out
random
because there's
person
only how can you improve?
Yeah.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying too, but also like even when you're getting critiqued by someone, like you gotta also take into consideration, which my boy Overwork said this before, like when we first met a long time ago, like he was saying like similar kinds of things to me, where it was like when someone is critical of you and they don't do what you do or whatever, like you got to take into consideration what they think is good because everything is subjective. So it's like if someone listens to me, which like I'm a rapper, I'm from Detroit, someone listens to me and they're like, bro, this shit is ass, turn this shit off. Like you're probably not going to have this level of depth of a conversation, but then you think like, okay, you ask this person, what do they think is good? Like who is a good rapper to you?
Rio.
And then it's like, yeah, it's Rio or it's like Baby Tron. And they were like, oh, that makes sense why you wouldn't like me. Like, you know, like it's that I think that's the frustrating thing though about like even with what we do, rarely like in the podcast setting, like rarely do we just say like something is just ass.
Yeah.
Like you say
No,
what?
Inuyasha is ass. I say
Dark
that
Knight
too.
Rises
God
is
damn
ass.
it. No, it's not.
Dark Knight
Diary's
Rises is ass.
ass. No, it's not. Fuck you, Matt. Fuck you, Persia. Bro. All right. So no. Rarely do we say like something is just ass. Usually
what you
you
mean.
give a reason.
Your
for it.
podcast would be
Where,
2 minutes long if you just said that it was ass and you moved on.
Yeah, this
That's
thing's
so
ass.
boring.
Next subject.
No, but like that's what annoys me about like when we talk about people on social media and like that kind of shit. Everyone just because everyone thinks that it's almost like I'm sorry, this is a philosophical thing. I'm sorry, Lear.
too.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, I like it.
Look,
No, but this is your
But
bag.
it's-
I like it. Go ahead.
But
Exactly,
it's
that's the
like
thing.
everyone thinks that they are the center of the universe. So like their thing, like their opinion on something is the opinion. So that's what you can hear it in the way that people word things. They don't say like, "Oh, I didn't like this." They say, "This is trash." Like this is what its entirety garbage. Like because I don't like it. Like so like even when you think about like the Super Bowl, like people were criticizing the
God
Super
damn.
Bowl that don't like rap.
Yeah.
You don't like rap. You might be racist. You don't like. You might not like
Oh,
black people.
fuck,
But like
dude.
you're watching the Super Bowl and you're like, this is the worst Super Bowl I've ever
Exactly.
seen. So. And
Yeah,
you're
you're
60, so this isn't even your demographic.
Yep.
So it's like,
Yeah.
so you're critiquing this thing, and it's not for you, and you're saying this is the worst thing ever, discrediting the fact that there are people who are like, this is the best Super Bowl I've ever seen.
Good
like,
fucking
are-
segue.
Are
Good.
those people not like those people are equally right? Like
It-
you know,
you know how many people fucking hated the Kendrick shit.
Yeah.
Like they always the old white people. It's never.
There was
but
a
it's
certain.
it's
Every
literally
single
not
time.
for you. And then it's also I'm sorry, Wes, like, one second. Like it's literally not for you. And then it would be equally. I saw this stupid ass thing, and I try not to even like pay attention to shit. But it's like it was a far right conservative newscaster saying like, you know, they put this tiny rapper up on stage
Tiny.
in bell bottoms who he said maybe 0.5 of the country's population
Bro got
might know.
Pulitzer Prize.
And I'm
But,
like,
okay, all right.
I was like, genuinely, think about this. Genuinely,
Tiny rapper. That's
what fucking artist could you put on that stage that does not match that description? The dude is not obscure. He is one of the best, or like the most known artists in any genre right now. Like he's up there. So so you swap out the genre and you put Maroon 5 up there. Do you think everybody knows Maroon 5?
I know.
Like
three
if you swap
five
them
of
out
I
for
know the cases.
any white artist, like bro, it's genuinely hard to think of artists that are that popular that everyone in this country would know.
Unanimously
Like there's
know.
no artist that everyone in the country might know besides Taylor Swift and Drake.
You could have
Like-
Jesus Christ at the halftime show, bro. Not everyone's gonna know who Jesus
The
Christ is.
crucified are two.
The Crucifixion Part 2
Double cross.
featuring Kendrick
Double
Lamar.
cross. They really nailed the halftime show.
Yo, relax.
What were you gonna say, Wes?
So it doesn't matter if it's a movie, a book, a comic book, a video game, music, sports. If it's not like the number one thing, like the best, it's trash.
Yeah.
Everything is trash. Like
It is exhausting. I found a new way to kind of interact with people online with it and how I interact, because like what you just said, where people make themselves like they're the only one. That's why whenever I review something or say I don't like something, I always put I
Yeah.
See,
don't like this.
That's what I had
This
to learn.
isn't for me. Or in when people like comment on our clips or something, or like
at me.
I was pointing in this area. when people, when people, no, I'm talking about like when people we don't know will comment on like a video where we're voicing our opinion, like, yo, that wasn't really my bag. I'm like, and that
yeah.
makes sense. That's for you.
I'm legitimately surprised because I went to your guys' TikTok and it's just flooded in the comments with just hate on your opinions.
Which video?
But I like when people are like voicing their actual opinion on something and they're not being like hateful towards it. Like you'll see other, like I know a few people who are just like if someone has the opposite opinion of you and they're not even being toxic, they will still be like, well, fuck you and your opinion. It's like, no, don't. Like, because their opinion matters too, just as much as yours. And it's okay to be like, yeah, no, you're allowed to have that opinion. So I always try to reply with, yeah, like, yeah, no, I see it. I see where you're coming from. That's for you.
Yeah.
It's not like, bro, it's not easy. It's not
also
like,
not that deep.
It's actually not that. It's not that deep, and it's very. It's a weird thing in like culture now. I think we talked about that when we were reading the Reddit questions, where like somebody said like it's like being part of a fandom now is like not enjoyable because of that reason. Like people defend shit like they made it. Like bro, like fucking Bleach people. Like bro, like a Bleach fan is like literally probably the opposite of me, to be honest. 'Cause like they got, but like you got to think like there is a person who is the opposite of you. Like with what you like, there's a person who likes the opposite of you. Like there is certainly a person who thinks that Black Widow was the best Marvel.
Yes,
I've yet to
Antonio.
meet that person.
You
wherever
met
they
Antonio.
are,
What you talking
Antonio
about?
does not think that. Don't
But
put
then
that on
it's like-
Antonio.
but like the
Antonio's not
internet-
here to defend himself.
The
Florence
internet-
Pugh explosion.
The
Oh my
internet though is like not made for like really. It's not really made to have that level of in-depth interaction.
Well, I mean,
like it would take an interaction for you to like to have a mutual understanding. Most people aren't willing to do that. Like most people aren't willing to be like so there was like one person out of the 500 people that commented on that Bleach post that was like, well, where did you fall off at? Like, what did you not get about? Like, where did you?
That's
Yeah.
the important thing.
Yeah, and I'm like,
There you go.
I'm like, okay, so I was like, I didn't understand, like, so this didn't make sense to me. And he was like, oh, well, you probably overlooked this part where, like, you know, whatever. Like, I've watched Bleach so many times that, like, nah, I can explain it. Like, and I could probably do that. I could do that for someone who didn't like Attack on Titan. Like, but you know.
Oh my God. There's that your opinion doesn't matter punch.
but like, you know, that exists, but like that's really what it is. Like people think that what they like, it's like if someone doesn't like the same thing as you, they're rejecting you.
Yeah.
Like, which is like
It's not how that
very
works.
Well,
strange.
I've noticed another thing too that kind of irks me is people that are in a fan of something, when they criticize an adaptation, fans of that same thing will think that that initial fan is saying that it's all trash.
Mhm.
My example is Invincible, because after I watched the first season of Invincible, animation, great in the first season. It's not the best, but it's great. I liked it a lot. Read a whole comics. My favorite comic of all time. I fucking love it. Art's beautiful. Everything about it's beautiful. Story's great. Great. Second season comes out. Animation kind of gets iffy. Everything else, perfect though. Everything else. This season that's coming out now, animation's at its worst I've ever seen. Like it's not a very good animation. Everything else is great about it though. It does not ruin it for me. I wish it was better, but I'm seeing people on Twitter like getting angry at people saying, why the fuck you criticize animation? You want to wait 5 years for it to come out? What the fuck you complain about one frame? Why the fuck you complain about this? It's a valid critique. We're just saying that we don't like the animation. I have not seen one person say Invincible is trash. Invincible is trash. Invincible is trash.
That
Only
story,
animation. I don't
that
hear
story
about,
is top tier.
Exactly.
A lot of
So-
bro, a lot of times people are just looking for something to fight about, or they're looking like, bro. I would like to see a clip, like maybe we should do it, like a skit of a person watching something on social media, because like Wes pointed out like a couple weeks ago or something, where you said something in a clip, and somebody was like, well, actually, blah, 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 blah. And then they called you out for saying something that you corrected 2 seconds later.
Oh yeah, that was
like,
the
Squid Games.
Squid Games.
How were you
Squid
that
Games.
prepared to type this out?
They didn't even
You didn't
finish
even
the clip.
The
You
clip
didn't
is
even
15 seconds.
Yeah, like
It's-
what was the clip?
it was the clip where you were talking about the transgender person in Squid Games, and you were using the pronoun he.
Okay.
But then halfway through, you correct yourself, and you were like, "My bad, she."
Okay.
And then the person
I
was
didn't
like,
even
"Maybe
know
you could
that.
get their pronouns right," and I was like, "Finish the clip."
And they're not even, the actor isn't even really trans. It was
Oh my
the
God.
actor is a man.
Yeah.
Bro, like he
So-
was like
No, yeah.
it was
no, it's no defending. It's no
it's
defending.
like
But
what the
again,
fuck,
the thing
bro?
is,
Like
Matt corrected himself.
Yeah.
You complained about Matt, but if you finish the actual clip, you see that Matt corrected himself and was like, "My bad."
It's the immediate anger.
Yeah.
Like people
It's-
are immediately reacting these days. They're not
It's-
thinking. They're not taking a second to fucking.
it's just that space too, though, because
Yeah,
people
right.
don't
Yep.
act like that in real life.
No, I agree.
I noticed that
100%
it's
agree.
like it's really hard to like wrap your head around that, because like I noticed like a lot of the stress and a lot of the shit that we think or like whatever, like when you think about politics or like you think about like any of the polarizing shit, if you got off the internet, you
did
probably
something this
wouldn't
week, too.
see like 90% of this
What's
shit.
the-
Like
after the
90%
mic-
of this shit would not affect you at all.
They say this stuff growing up all the time, but it's like because you're like behind a screen, like you think there's no repercussions for the shit
Yeah,
that you're saying.
100%.
It's real. Like
animosity-
that
Act
shit's
like
real.
that in real life.
Like because the thing is, like, I mean, I am kind of scared for my own safety personally, but like also at the same time, you don't see a lot of people really going up to you in public spaces and being like trans.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
doesn't
Like,
that doesn't
No, 100.
Ugly.
It doesn't really happen, and then
I
it's
can't
like
speak on that because that doesn't happen to me. But
if it happens, but also like if that were to happen or like anything like that, like there would be repercussions.
Right.
Like like
yeah, that person will get their ass beat.
yeah, exactly. Like so that's
I
why
guess.
people do it online. But back to that criticism thing. As a creative for you, which I guess for all of us, really all of us, literally all of us, how do you deal with like someone critiquing you or your work or whatever? Like
My answer is a little different.
Well, the thing is, it depends, because like if it is really just coming from a place of like just they hate me, then it's usually not really valid shit, and so I tend not to hear it out. But if they do actually have something to say that like brings value to me, and then I'm just like, oh, sorry, that I'm just like, oh, I could take that into consideration. Then like I'll reply, thanks for your comment with like a smiley
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Well,
But
Does
even
that happen? Do you get that a lot?
like evil people,
No. Evil
Like legit people.
We don't count evil people.
like legitimate critiques.
Yeah.
It's been lessening just because I think like I need to put myself out there more,
Mm-hmm.
like especially with my art.
Yeah.
But I want critiques. Like I've been on the lookout for that shit because that shows that people are paying attention. It's just been hard to come by. Oh,
I fucking hate when that happens.
Got it? Got it.
hell yeah, dude.
Well, even
What about you guys?
even for me, like when I get critiqued in some of my work, I actually like critiques, bro. I actually like it just because if it's a valid critique.
Mm.
If it's something like, bro, maybe you should stop doing this certain thing so you'll come out more clearer, and then I'm just like, bro, what are you fucking talking about? But I like valid critiques. I like valid critiques, especially when it's from somebody who creates with me or who has created something before. Like, oh, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should add more of this. Maybe people like this more than you just rapping for 3 minutes. Maybe you should put an actual hook in there. Like, or maybe you should, when it comes to editing, maybe you should maybe you should stop cutting out certain things, or maybe you should just talk more clear. I like that critiques from people who are actually in that field. And sometimes I would take it from somebody who, like, for example, like my girl watches a lot of TikToks. I would say, yo, do you watch 4-minute TikToks or do you just watch 3-minute ones? I mean, not 3-minute ones, 30-second ones. So yeah, I do. I'm a person of critiques. I like it. So I welcome it.
Keep them coming, y'all.
Yeah.
It makes us better artists.
If
in
it's
the long
about
run.
me, you can DM me. We can
Nick.
talk about that shit. But it's about my art, let me know.
Nick, what about you?
And your photography.
I've never had anybody really critique it, to be honest with you.
Damn,
The only
$80
person,
sessions.
I only charge $80. But the only person who really ever critiqued me was Boudreaux, and the only time he ever critiqued me was like, "Your photos are pretty dark," and I was like, "Yeah, they are actually." I was like, So the next shot
So
I did, I just
utilize that.
tightened up the
brighten them
brightness
up.
because I was like, I can darken if I want to, but usually I just critique myself.
Well, that's
But I
normal.
do it by comparing myself to other people, and I'll look at other photos, and I'll be like, God damn, that bitch is fire. And I'll be like, I can't do that, can I? And then I'm gonna sit there and I'm like, well, no, I don't want to do that. They already did it.
That's a good point to bring up because like I will say that since I'm not like in a spot where I get a lot of critiques, I usually am the harshest critic on myself because you have to push yourself in some way to make better art.
Yeah.
Even if it's subconscious, I guess.
Yeah, because me and you fall into a similar category together because ours has to do with showing someone what we're seeing in our head. And I think that's the most difficult thing for me is like, if I see something in my head and then I don't nail it with the photo, then I'm like, oh, this is garbage. And then I'll post it. And like, I've done this many times where I'll post a photo that I fucking hate.
Yeah.
And then it will get the most likes that I've posted out of that photo shoot. Where it's like, this is my least favorite, and it's other people's most favorite. And then my most favorite, I'll post it, and then crickets. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is fucking fire.
What do you think?
For me, honestly, when it comes to critiques from just like if online, I'd guess, because I wouldn't just go up to some random person and be like, listen to this, what do you think? It would be
So you've never been to a gas station?
not just pointing out, no. Would be like where my most critiques where I actually give a shit about is honestly friends. Like 100%. I realize this, that when I'm making music, what am I trying to make it for? Like I realize I try to make it subconsciously to show my friends what I'm capable of. When I post it online, anybody that says anything, I like. Like I would like if somebody says it's cool just out of nowhere, cool. I'm like, great, cool. If somebody says it's bad, I don't give a shit. I do love if somebody be like, hey, maybe this could be different. I would love that. I would not at all take an ego thing. But my main thing I realize is if I'm showing my friends something and they're kind of indifferent about it, that's when I give a shit about it. Now, when I show something and my friends are like, oh, wow, I really like that. That's when I'm like, okay, this is valid. I don't give a shit what anybody else says. These people like it, so I fuck with it. At the end of the day, myself, honestly, because same boat, I'm my biggest critique. So as long as I make something that I like, because I would make something that I'm fucking love, and then I'll be like, the council, which is the group of my friends that we all make music with, I'll go to them with the beat, and some of them be like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like this other one better, but this is cool. Since I made that first and I was like, I fucking love this. I hope you guys like this. And they didn't like that. I'm like, all right. I still love it though, because I made it so much. But there'll be songs where I'm like, this is kind of cool though. What do you guys think? And then if they're like, nah, I don't like it, then I'll be like, maybe not like it. But if they love it, I'll be like, yeah, you know what? I kind of like it too.
There is also a difference as well in like what people's preferences are and what, you know, because like there could be like people who are just pointing out things because they actually want you to get better. But there's also a difference in people just don't like that genre of music.
Of course. And that's why I like the collective opinion of all my friends. It's not just like if one friend says something about it.
Well, also being a producer, well, I'm not a producer, but like being a producer, one person can not like the beat and then somebody else like it, and then it ends up being one of your favorite songs.
In my little in the council that we have, we literally all of us have different music tastes. So every single beat that I've ever showed them, I'd say more times than not all of them agree. Like more times than not. And that's cool because then I'll be like, all right, the people that like it, you get on this beat. And then I'll make another one that fits that person better than the others. And they're like, I like that. They didn't like it. So then they'll get on the beat. It's like just catering
I feel like
to those things.
that's a normal thing too, though. Like,
oh, yeah.
But I feel like for me, like I probably out of all of us, I probably had the most experience like pushing out far. Like, so being exposed to a lot of people at once. And I had like the weirdest experience one time where like I had a video that was on World Star, and like it wasn't the real World Star, it was like their Facebook page, and like it got so much fucking hate. And then I was like, it was so surreal for me, like, because on one hand, like it bothered me deeply just because.
What video was it?
It was like a freestyle video, but it was like like it bothered me, but it didn't bother me that they were like the hate itself didn't bother me. It was more like bothering me that like it was like I wanted it to do better than it did, basically.
Yeah.
Right? But the hate itself was kind of surreal because it made me feel like I was like, bro, this must be how celebrities feel all the time. Because like you got to think like, bro, the people that are highest, like, bro, think about how much fucking hate Drake gets. no matter
Not enough.
We know.
Not enough.
Shut up.
It's not
No
enough.
matter how much love, like no, anyone, literally
Too much.
anyone, like bro, there
That
are
is not enough.
bro, literally, like, bro, there are literally people that are like, Ariana Grande has no talent.
Damn.
No talent? None? You don't just not like
Dude.
her, bro? No talent?
That's coming from somebody who eats
Like,
SpaghettiOs.
somebody like, eat,
Wait,
like
what's wrong with SpaghettiOs?
eating fucking. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying, but it's
people
like,
can't see. Yeah,
like people are just like, so like it kind of felt like I was like in that realm for a moment, because it's like everybody like that comes with just being exposed to a lot of people. And then we've talked about this shit before, like even like with what you said, you went on our TikTok and you saw like all the whatever, like when you get exposed to a lot of people, the people that generally like it, unless they love it, don't say anything. They like it.
Right.
Like the
Yeah.
people that hate it need their voice to be heard. So they want you to see that they don't like it.
Just know that something's going on at home for them.
Absolutely.
And not in their
pillows.
favor.
10
So it'll
wifey
be like
pillows.
3,000 likes and then 200 comments, but like
Right.
90% of the comments are like, fuck you guys. Like, I liked Bleach.
With SZA
let it go.
after
I'm never letting Bleach go.
You're not.
I got a Bleach jersey too.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Get
That
a
bitch
bleach
is hard.
tattoo.
It is pretty nice.
Bro, there's this clothing brand on Instagram that made this bleach fucking furry jacket. It's all black, and then the Soul Reaper logos on the back with just furry white. I was like, bro,
I might get
because
that.
Bleach, don't get me wrong, Bleach storyline and all that is subpar, but the drip,
The drip
bro,
is
the drip
insane.
on
You could argue
Bleach
it's
Bro,
is
there was a
crazy.
fucking Kimpachi motorcycle jacket I want to get. That bitch is so hard,
Yeah.
bro. Oh
you
my
can
God.
critique Bleach and still like
Nah,
Bleach. It's
yeah,
fine,
yeah,
you know?
exactly,
It's
exactly. You can
Yeah.
critique anything and still like.
Exactly. That was what I was
Besides
saying
fucking
earlier.
Veronica.
You can love Veronica. There's nothing wrong with letting that dick out.
Americans.
But yeah, I was gonna say with SZA in the halftime, people were saying that she was lip syncing, and like I'm not a SZA fan, but when I was hearing her the first time, I was like, wow, she sounds fucking great. This is amazing. I go online to see everybody saying she's like lip syncing, and then I don't know if you guys seen, they came out with the raw vocals like yesterday or something, and they did hers, and it was not at all lip syncing. She can fucking do that,
Yeah.
and it's like why would you not think she couldn't do that? Like, where the fuck
like,
does that
yeah.
come from?
Perform live.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I
that.
feel like I genuinely. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, there's a lot of people like SZA's tied into the Drake shit too. They hooked up back in the day. So like all the Drake stands were just finding.
Oh,
Anything
okay.
to go at.
All right, I get
Bro,
what you're
but I
saying.
feel like that's
this
just-
next couple months in rap is gonna be weird, bro. It's gonna be so weird.
It's gonna be it's gonna be very draining.
It's good, yeah, because
Been
you can't be on both sides, and it sucks as somebody who just want to hear some music.
Just like the
they're gonna
music, bro.
compare numbers, they're gonna compare this, because everything is fucking mob mentality and stand culture. And know more about
that's what
music.
the internet
It's
is,
crazy.
just constant mob mentality, bro. Like it's very daunting. I feel like the bigger you get as a creative, I feel like the less you got to withdraw from the internet, bro. Like you can't. I don't know if anyone. I genuinely don't think anyone is strong enough to like steel themselves to just deal with that bombardment of shit. Like, bro, I know like Joe Rogan doesn't check his fucking comments.
Yeah.
Like, Taylor Swift does not. I know for a fact Taylor Swift does not read
Yep.
comments. She doesn't. She doesn't
don't
run.
even know how to read.
But she hasn't.
That's
for
what I
a
thought he
long
was about to
time.
say.
She don't even know how to
She
read.
used to.
But
She used to, but like she stopped like checking her comments, like because like bro, that's too much for a person to be dealing with. Speaking of rap and artistry,
yeah, that's true.
how was that EP?
Hello.
That EP is so hard.
Yo, I was listening
Very
to
good.
it last night. I was just talking to Mike this morning about it. We had a conversation on it, man. I want to know. I would just want to know.
Yeah.
Who was the inspiration? What were you listening to when making this? Is this
Jada.
also produced?
All self-produced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The transitions into the next song, especially
Yeah.
like just the intro, and like we were talking about NBC on here.
Right.
But like, if you ever played Mass Effect, it sound. I was just playing it recently, but it sounded like you were inside of one of the Mass Effect clubs on NBC, and the way that the vocals are, because I was telling them about it, like it sounded like some of the vocals were mixed a little bit low, but I think that's on purpose,
right.
so you can listen to just kind of like the being drowned out by like the music and everything.
Yeah.
It that's why I wanted to hear it again so I can kind of hear the concept, because the first time I hear it, I'm listening to the production, I'm listening to like the skits and everything. I'm not really listening to the actual concept yet. But
Right.
it's so it's so good, bro. It sound like it's actually more than one person producing.
Yeah,
It sounded
it's
like Wolf,
very
especially on
versatile.
that.
Yeah.
Was it No Way Okay? No, is it No Way Okay?
Wolf.
No way. Okay.
Yeah, it sounded. I was
Yeah.
getting some Wolf vibes.
I
from it
get a
little bit.
lot of Jaden vibes. And a
Oh,
lot
really?
of,
That's what I was
listened to
a
getting.
lot
Yes.
of Jaden. I love
Jaden,
that
Right.
because that
I
kind
do.
of vibe like that he used to go for. I mean, I love that. Like DG, No Way Okay, and Maximilian are my favorite songs. That's
Oh,
very
Yes.
thank you.
I'm the opposite of Jalir. When I listened to the first time, I listened to the lyrics,
Oh, okay.
and I want to hear the story that is being told.
Right.
I want to hear the experience.
the
'cause
lore.
It's for me. that's
Everyone
always the
listens
most
to
important
different
part.
areas as they listen to music.
Yeah.
Some people listen to drums and shit first and whatever.
Yeah, for me, it's always the story that's being told. It's the most.
Speaking of drums, the boom, what was it, Maximilian? The boom bap. It sounded boom bap.
Yeah,
I
it
love
was.
that. I like that
I was getting
transition
a little
from
bit
that.
of
That was
Doji.
nice. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was very, very fun to put together, but
Yeah.
also sad to put together.
Yeah,
Was it a
it's-
full?
I wanted to ask.
the
I was
whole
talking on the
thing-
mic. I wanted to ask that question.
The
but, like,
whole thing, like I will say that because I listened to like a few times, and I told you before, like I think that you are very genius, like very genius, and like even with like
praise.
with just the film stuff, and then like when you did some music video like back when Nick first like told me about you, or we first met,
Right.
and like I was watching, I was like, damn, that's very like you are very like deep artistically, and it's like inspiring.
Oh,
But
thank you.
so when I'm listening to or through the project, I noticed that there's nothing throwaway. The whole thing is introspective. Like every lyric is like serious. Like every lyric is like
Yeah.
about something like real.
Yeah.
You know, like
Specific, yeah.
yeah, like I can tell that everything comes from like a real place. Like whereas like if I'm rapping, like sometimes when I'm rapping, like if I do like a certain songs, like I enjoy that though. Like for me personally, because like my biggest, like probably one of my biggest inspirations was like Lil Wayne. And like, you know, Lil Wayne just like Lil Wayne raps, but Wayne raps and like for the sake of impressing you with his bars. Like with his like wittiness versus like telling some introspective story about like real life shit.
That's cool.
So like I pull from that too, but I can really appreciate when I hear like someone that's really doing it. And like when I was listening to your project, I was listening through and I was like, yeah, everything about every part of this is coming from some real life situation. And that was really dope. That's not
Yeah.
easy to do. So
Right.
that good job.
Appreciate it.
Especially like what he said on the introspective, like the lyrics. It just sound like it just you just know somebody is going through something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah, oh,
sounded
yeah.
like, you know, trying to get somebody to understand where you're coming from, but they're not listening. So
Angst Chamber.
Yes.
Yeah.
DG, Maximilian,
I was getting that on No Way. Okay.
DG and Maximilian are like very, very like when you're actually listening to them, you did a fucking great job of
The
like
Maximilian.
getting across like the like being inside the head of someone who's transitioning or like
Right.
dealing with the like these identities or like whatever. Like you did a good ass fucking job.
Oh,
with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You did, and
Well,
I
thank
was
you.
thinking about that because I listened to a lot of it this morning as well, in the shower, and then off to get my Panera.
Epic.
Yes, thank you. And while I was shaving.
Very cool.
you.
Intimate.
Yes, because when I'm listening to something and I want to actually listen to it, I have to do it while I am preoccupied with doing something, because that's
Right.
when I will focus on what I'm listening
Yeah.
to. Every other part of me is busy, so my mind must listen.
Was that
so
it's? Oh, my bad. Go.
but the Maximilian one, when I was listening, because I know you personally,
Right.
when I was listening to it, I was like, damn, I was like, this hits different. But then I was also sitting there and I was like, this is a very good way for someone to learn and understand someone who is transitioning.
Right.
And I think that is very important.
I didn't think of it like that. You know, I was trying to encapsulate the fact that when you're transitioning, your physical appearance doesn't match what you perceive yourself in your head.
Right.
So it was sort of like the Maximilian track was really about talking about the two sides, where it's like
Right.
the Maxine Million you want to be, the Maximilian you're actually.
Right.
And it was I knew that I had to do like a split personality type thing for that track just because it felt necessary to the storyline, and also just because that's what I was going through at the time. This whole project was art therapy,
And
essentially.
I think
It
that
felt
song,
like that.
Yeah, I think that song in particular is very important for people who are starting their journey
Right.
in transitioning, but also people who know nothing about it in the struggle. Because I feel like if you need to understand and learn things about the world, and
Even if
you
you
need to
don't
do
go
it
through
in
it.
the only way you know how, and some people only know how to do it through music. So I think it's very important
Yeah.
because I've never heard, an artist, a trans artist. There's none that I know about, and I think it's better. Like that song would be very important for so many people to hear.
At least in this way too.
Yeah.
Like not just like party music, like introspective music.
Exactly.
Like talking yourself through the experience music.
Yeah, I think it's very important for those transitioning and those who need to learn and understand what it is to really transition.
You know what? Like on the back of what you said though. On the back of what you said though.
Yeah, get on.
Like that what? that like kind of it occurred to me, and it like as I was listening to Maximilian, I listened to it and I got out of the car and I was like thinking about it. And it's actually very simple to understand if you don't think about it in terms of transitioning. Like,
Right.
because the way that you're talking about, like the way that you're going back and forth with the Maximilian thing is like you're talking about Max and then you're talking about Maxine. I feel like a lot of people, especially like creative people, especially like performers or front facing people, create an identity that is a bigger version of them or an ideal version of them. It's just
Right.
not the opposite sex. Like,
Right.
so like if like some like, so that is literally Marshall Mathers and Slim Shady. Slim Shady is everything that Marshall Mathers wants to be. And then like
Right.
Marshall Mathers is very introspective. Slim Shady is very extroverted and just like fuck you and blah 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 blah. And that's why they TIP. Like
Uh-oh.
I really wouldn't. I kind of went through that like a little bit where it's like, but like the version of you that you want to be, like when you talk about someone going on stage and turning something on, that's what they're turning on. They're becoming this larger than life person. And that's how you framed those two. Cause like, especially like the difference between the two, like Max is very like anxious. Max thinks about himself all day. Like Max is like, oh, like fuck, like he's got stressing, like blah blah blah. Maxine doesn't give a fuck. Maxine like flies in the face of everything, like whatever. Those are two totally different characters, but that's normal. Like that's really like if you pull it out of that lens and just think about it like that, like professional wrestlers do that, like fucking like
Yourself in the character.
literally they get assigned a character. They get told who they need to be.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like yeah, like bro, like when you think about like The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Goldberg, like Gold Dust, all of them had like for the most part, if they didn't already
Goldust?
have some kind of shtick,
Is that a drug? Gold dust?
you don't remember Gold Dust?
Bro, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
Gold Dust. So Gold Dust, but regardless, like Kane, Undertaker,
Yeah.
like they've gone through multiple characters before they found like a character that the people rocked with, and that's who they
John
stuck with.
Cena.
John Cena.
When he started, he was like a bad guy. Like he was a villain. Like
Even
fuck
John
John.
Cena's
Then he
like-
started doing it.
The whole persona of John Cena is actually like kind of intriguing because now John Cena, when he's like in doing interviews or whatever, he kind of looks like a dork. But his
Yeah.
his fucking wrestling persona since he came out has been literally a thug. Literally
Yeah.
a thug. Like, so it's like these characters that we create or whatever, like these people, these personalities that we want to adopt are often like they're something that we're aspiring to. And, you know, for some people that might be like a different gender or whatever. Like that's not actually a hard concept to understand
Yeah,
if
not
you
at
think
all.
about it. You know, like
That's
So-
the problem.
that is a it's really not. So
Not
but
a hard concept to understand.
You
and
talked
it's
to-
also not a hard thing to accept because
It's
it's
not.
not fucking
Expecting
you.
not.
not.
It's
Yeah.
not.
think outside themselves.
It's
that
not-
never happened.
It's not about you, so shut the fuck up
Exactly. Maybe the movie isn't for you, bro.
with your negative opinion. I'm
So-
just talking about people.
No, I'm just talking about it in
Yeah,
general.
I like you.
Right. And like people who don't they don't understand, like, you know, the people who are on the outside of like the transition, they like sort of assert their opinions as if like it's their life and like, oh, why are you doing this? You're a boy, you know, you should be not wearing makeup, you shouldn't be doing blah blah blah. And then like, you know, what it's sort of like a reality check every time I hear that. I'm like, oh right, I'm not supposed to be doing that, but it's not your fucking business, bro.
At the end of the day, when
Sorry.
you go home, how did it affect you?
Right.
Like you got home, like
affected
you
them
hit
'cause
your
they're
wife,
thinking
you
about
sat
it.
down.
You know, I used to be somebody.
Right. You didn't make that field goal in high school, and now you're mad at somebody who's actually doing something they want with their life.
Jesus.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah. It's just I'm sorry, go ahead, Max.
No, I was just gonna say that's like the message I would want to convey with my art, like for my entire life, is that you need to live life the way that you want to fucking live it.
No, that's
Because
true.
like you only have one life. There's no redo, no second chance. You gotta fucking do the shit you want to do. It sucks that people really want to bring you down for being happy and like trying to live your life
Yeah.
the way you want. But you know, I guess that's life. But like still, it shouldn't be that way. It really shouldn't be.
Like-
You need to do what you need to do.
I think that is one, that is very true. And then two, you know, so okay, so I'm sorry, strike three, Lear. But I read a book. I was listening to a book earlier by Alan Watts.
You
and-
read them books, boy.
but I do.
You're supposed to.
And he said something interesting in there. Like I don't remember the exact context because I knew I was gonna have to re-listen to it as I was listening to it. But I was like, he said something about like how any kind of construct. He was talking about like mindset, but he was saying like how any kind of construct eventually becomes a prison. And then when you think about that in terms of social constructs, like that is very true. Like race is a social construct. There are certainly everyone who's not like, who doesn't fit within that starts to feel like this is a prison. Like you're supposed to be over there, I'm supposed to be over here. Like, or like gender is the same way. Like anything, like money is probably the most like the most like common example of that, because everybody deals with money. Everybody has felt like they were imprisoned by money, which is like fake. Money is literally a social construct. So it's like, so it becomes like an imprisonment type thing. And then I thought about it. It was funny. It was funny. Like I was like, as soon as he said that, I was like, damn. And then I thought about Eren from Attack on Titan. And I was like, bro,
damn it,
I was
bro.
like, bro,
God damn it.
anybody that goes against that is a fucking Eren. Cause like he was like a little kid and he's like, we're in this fucking prison. We need to get out of this. Like everyone's like anyone that says money shouldn't matter, anyone that says race shouldn't matter, anyone that says people can do what they want or be what they want, like you're going against this construct, and everyone else is within the construct. That's why they tell you you shouldn't care, because it's you saying that is disrupting their identity. Like
Right.
you saying that is disrupting their entire reality. Why would I want to think about this if I don't
Shout
have
out to Christians, bro. You the real ones.
You saying like Christians bells? You talking about all the religions?
Like
Yeah.
Christian.
We would never give it to an ordinary citizen.
It says you could outrun me. Wrong
A
Christian.
lot of opinions that are like hateful form in middle America where they're not around anybody of a different ethnic background. They're not around very many gay people. They're not around any trans people. They're not around like black people. And they form their opinions based off of one example of an extreme that they saw online,
Yeah.
and they run with it like it's fact.
That's that one brain cell.
It's so
But
many
that's
trans
like-
Wojak memes I see where it's like they have stubble and then, and then they look like
That's like the same. That's true. I think Trevor Noah said something about like that, where he said like, you know, like racism, for example, doesn't stand up. Like racism can only exist within space.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because like if you think about like an Arab as a terrorist, and then you have to spend time around an Arab, and then you see that they cry when their siblings die, and they like do what, like it's hard not. You were
Not
like
a single explosion.
like I would. This is what I would do if I was in this situation. Like or whatever. Like you see, like no matter all that surface level shit that people latch onto, like the way people dress, or like what you consider the differences aren't really, like they're superficial.
Yeah.
Like, and you would behave the same way that this person behaves under their circumstances or whatever. Like you meet, like, so that was why I never really had that experience. And like because like my family has been mixed for generations, so it was never even a thing to me to think about that. But like I have like gay and trans cousins and like close family members. So I saw up close that these people are just people, and then they just made a decision one day, or they were always this way, and then you just see them like, oh, that makes sense. Like it's just like kind of, but it's like that's not who they are. It's just
Yeah.
a part of who they are.
Mhm.
You know, like
Exactly.
exactly.
like, but that only bothers you that can only really bother you from a distance, like, or unless it bothers something that's like in you, like I don't know what to tell you about that.
Insecurities.
homie.
No.
like you know, unless it's like triggering for you for another reason, I don't know what to tell you, because like it's weird.
Yeah, it is very weird.
odd. But anyway, so the project you talked about, like, were you okay? So one
First, real quick, name the project.
angst chamber. She said that.
Okay.
I thought
Okay.
it was August change.
Angst.
Shout out to Angst Chamber on
Angst
streaming
Chamber.
services now
Yeah.
by
we go.
Maxine.
Did you,
All right,
drop
Milligan.
did you drop a single beforehand?
Nope.
I'm glad, because like the way that the story plans out, I like
You
that
have
how
to
it
listen to the whole
The
thing.
they-
the way that it transitions throughout them is like so perfect. One, but
Thank
two,
you.
were those recordings of like your mom or something?
They were
Real
Talk about that on the
recordings?
phone.
real recordings from like years ago.
Yeah, those
Like,
were dope.
They weren't even, well, Tyler inspired. He's like an indirect blueprint, but like
Did he
also
do vocals? Somebody do vocals?
I had a few people do vocals, yeah.
Okay.
But it's just like there were recordings of my mom from like 2019 or like whatever, back when I was like still living with her, and I was like, I don't know, like you could see where like the anxiousness kind of came from a little bit, and you could see like there's like some down feelings that I get from listening to these recordings. It's all about like how it makes you feel,
Yeah.
which is why I put it in there. I think like how art makes you feel is everything. It's not just about like if it makes sense or whatever.
Yeah.
It's what it evokes in you.
Yeah,
I agree.
you did a really good job. Even with like No Way Okay struck me after I actually listened to the lyrics. Were all the relationship ones talking about the same person, or they were just different?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all different. I think every single song that mentions a person is about a different person.
Okay, got you. Okay, so No Way Okay tripped me up because like I was listening to it like for the, like getting the vibiness of it, and then when I actually listened to the lyrics, and I was like, oh shit. I even like the way that you named that, because like No Way Okay, I interpreted that as like initially I didn't think anything of it, but then when I listened to it later on, I was like, oh, like so it was either about the experience itself where you were like, no way, or or it was about how it was like a fling and the person kind of just cut it off, and then you were like, no way, okay, like that's kind of what I got from it.
It's all about interpretations. I'm not going to explain the lyrics like too in depth, but like I will say like yeah, it's talking about past experiences with relationships and how it like sort of molded me as a person in a lot of ways. It was not the easiest project to put together in that regard, just because like it got a little heavy at like
Moving
a lot
day
of
was
points.
crazy.
Yeah. So hold on. So the Persia feature on there, you wrote it.
I wrote it. I
All
did.
right.
Nice.
And you had him.
I wrote the whole project, I think.
Oh, so it's all arranged. It's all arranged.
I basically did most of it. I mean, there was this on No Way. My brother did do like the initial like record like chords and drums, and then I sort of like extended that out to a full song, and then I like added my little tweaks. But like besides that, I basically did.
So what
most
was
of
the
it.
reason that you wanted Persia on there? Is it like the specific way that he raps on there, like the delivery?
I could have easily did it myself, but I was just like, I don't know. The lyrics are too direct. I liked his delivery on projects that he's already done. And so I was like, I feel like he would kill the flow on this. And just like, I don't know. I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want to be too direct. And also just I think having more like hands in the pot makes it feel like a full experience rather than like just me doing most of it. And I legitimately loved his feature because it's sort of like Persia acted as like my inner thoughts. It was like
It sounded like it, yeah.
Right. It was like sort of when my part cut off, I didn't want him to like, because you did like a little like going in. I moved it over because I was like,
I liked where you put it. I was like, that was dope.
but I intentionally moved it over because I just wanted it to cut, and then just the feature comes in out of nowhere just to like shock everybody.
Yeah.
And I just loved your inclusion on the project because like you brought like so much flavor to that track and just like a different sound, and like it was a hard fucking track, so like I needed a hard fucking verse.
Yeah.
Last night when I was listening to that, I was thinking of a video for it because I don't know. I feel like that should be like, it should be a music video behind that. That song is fire, and it was just in an airport. It was like y'all
in an
just
airport.
He's just looking out the window in the airport. And he's rushing to get his plane or something. Yeah, that jump was.
You don't want to hit any planes right now.
Well, maybe we should wait.
Yo.
Get some more.
Yeah.
Wait till we get some more people.
I'm
here.
gonna be going on a trip next week. I hope my plane doesn't land upside down.
Oh my!
Well, those people lived.
Yeah.
Where you going?
I'm going back to the UK, bro.
My friend's going to Denmark Wednesday,
Oh, really?
Yep.
Sick.
and I had a friend that went to Mexico like 2 weeks ago. He planed. He's good right now.
All
Still
right.
there, so we'll see.
Good.
When he
Okay.
gets back.
So when he gets back, let's hope he's not upside down.
Yep, exactly.
And then they was grabbing people's asses when they was on the way out.
I saw that.
Yeah,
clip.
she
it
cupped
was
cupped
full
that
cheek.
shit. She cupped that. Yeah. Make sure you're
Get
okay.
out of the
I'm like,
plane.
yo, that's an extra 20,
Bro.
They were telling
Extra 20
people
right
not to
there.
record and shit too.
Yeah, put your phone away. Put your phone
They were
away.
saying put your phone away, stop recording.
Bro, what? What? Oh, I am recording 30K.
Yeah.
No, I need about.
Yeah, that's
a
what I'm
meal.
saying.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
dude, you're setting
I
me
need
up
the
for
plane.
life.
That's Soul Plane. That's Soul Plane.
That is
That's Soul Plane
What
right
is-
there.
Yeah.
You never seen the movie Soul Plane?
No.
With Kevin Hart and
Oh, no.
what is the toilet does something? Something happens with him in
Yeah,
the toilet.
he gets stuck in the toilet.
Stuck in the toilet, so he sues and then he gets his own plane.
Yeah, and it's just stereotype the movie.
It is stereotype
the movie
central.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tom
But it's
Harlan
funny.
is in it.
It's fucking funny
Okay.
because you know what? Sometimes stereotypes are fucking hilarious.
Exactly.
That
Makes a movie good. Watch Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay.
Oh my god.
Love Harold and Kumar.
that promo video that you did, like
Right.
for it, the bag of bread one.
Right.
What made you do that, or is that like story related?
I had the different promo pictures that I shot, and then last minute I came up with a story for it. So I had the separate, because I knew since it was called Angst Chamber, I wanted a character that was actually like trapped somewhere, right? So that was sort of like the few pictures that I took already. But then I already had like this one that I did where I was like outside, and I was like, I kind of want to connect these two and make it like an overall narrative. So I ended up shooting that video, like I'm not even kidding, like a week before I released it, or like a week or two, just so I might even make a follow-up video just to like conclude that story. But it's like I wanted the project to have layers to it, I guess, rather than just having the images feel pointless. it's about aesthetic, but also you also have to put meaning behind it too for it to to actually mean something, I guess.
If you ever do physicals of the album, let us know. We will cop.
Sure. That's a lot of money, and I have
No.
20 followers.
I know.
I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate your artistry. And I told you this already, but
Right.
we got to work on shit outside of that.
Yeah.
I need your
Right.
help with some of my shit, bro.
No, yeah,
like
you told me you wanted to work on a few things. I'm really interested because you told me some ideas already, and
Mm.
I can't wait to work on it because I'm excited. I read the script and I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I got some shit, but like that, I don't. So full transparency, like the reason why I appreciate like your artistry and the way that you do things is because I feel like so I when I first kind of started out like making music by myself, I used to be very similar to how you make music, where like it's very introspective. Like I was like very creative with it. Like I have a song called DTSN that was like kind of like the peak of that kind of a thing where I like there's a skit on there. I'm like arguing with a girl on there, and like at the end there's like a phone call and like that kind of stuff. But then like I felt like, and it wasn't intentional, but like the more that I moved towards trying to be like actually like the more I pursued like success, the more I started making like not regular rap, but like more like top 40 kind of shit that's like,
Right.
and then like that's not like, but that's not like the peak of creativity. Like, you know, like when you're, I feel like, which I kind of just like remolded my brain around this recently, but like I feel like the way that you're supposed to approach this shit is like you be creative in a like not in a vacuum. Like you just be creative, and then you take what works for in that realm and push it, rather than
Right.
try and make what works for it. You get what I'm saying?
Not to cut you off, just real quick. Tyler Creator to me would be a good example because his first stuff, all his first stuff, he didn't give a shit. He just made whatever the fuck he wanted, just like that. And so he was polarizing. Like if you said I listened to Tyler Creator when his first 3 albums are out, people would be like,
Oh yeah.
don't get me wrong, I love those songs, but it was very.
Oh god.
Like,
I know
specific.
some people who only think of like the Goblin era when he's mentioned. Like they don't think of like the current shit.
I
So
think
they're
that
like,
his
yeah.
most current shit is his most creative
No,
shit.
I agree. But it was Flower Boy that I think that was the album where what you're saying, where I don't know the word for it. It's not mainstream, but it's like attainable. Like it's music that
tangible.
Where it's like anybody can like
palatable.
it. That's a good word. I like that. Where anybody can listen to it. He made from my perspective, my mind, he made that album to be more anybody would like this kind of sound, but it's still him. You hear the stuff that he still likes, his synths, his talking, the way he does chords, all that. Then after that, he did was it Cherry Bomb?
No, Cherry Bomb.
Flower Boy is
Was it
after Flower Boy
Is
is
it Igor? It was Igor? Okay. And then I think with Igor, he went back to I'm making my own shit, making my own really introspective shit. And then once that blew up, won a Grammy, Best Album of the Year, Call Me If You Get Lost. That is the most like commercial, like mainstream sounding album I've ever heard by him, and they all sound like Tyler songs though. Like I can hear the influence on all of them, be like, this sounds like this era of rap, this sounds like this era of rap, this sounds like this era of rap, but it still has a Tyler. And now with his new album Chromacopia, I think he went back again to I'm gonna make my own shit again, because he's already established himself.
But with Tyler, a lot when he was coming up and everything, that he always said that he wanted to work with like mainstream artists.
Of course,
like
yeah.
Nicki
No,
Minaj,
he's
Justin
very
Bieber, and all that
influenced
other
by
stuff.
all
But
the
the
mainstream
stuff that his music was creative, but the stuff that he was saying was kind of pissing off people.
Oh, of
so
course, yeah.
When I'm gonna say he cleaned up his act, but when he started making more tangible music, then you get the other people coming to you get the industry one to work.
And then you get the people who be like, oh, okay, now it shouldn't be like this, but you get the people who are like, oh, he can make good music.
But I mean, like
he still does it by himself.
Exactly.
Yeah. But like even with that, like when you're talking about Tyler or like anybody really like that, I don't think that he was doing it for this reason, but he might have been, where like people do shit for like shock value, or like
I
they
think he
do
100
shit for attention,
100%.
and like that isn't that's not creative either. Like you
No, I
know,
agree.
like no matter how,
Lil
no matter
Nas
what way,
X, bro.
whether you're trying to
Lil Nas X, yeah.
like when
I
you
was
He
just
fell off.
yeah.
whether you're like whatever direction you're coming from on like with the attention getting thing, it's like that's not really authentic.
I agree.
And like the like what, so that's what I was trying to get at. Like I like when an artist like so very few artists were like that for me. Like, but it's usually an artist that does like multiple things that does that for me. Like you do that for me. So
Oh.
that's why I appreciate you. Like when I met you, I was like
Right.
I was like fucking genius. Like so because
Aw.
Kanye did that for me. XXXTentacion did that.
Wait,
for
which
me.
Kanye?
Like
New one.
like no.
New Kanye.
Kanye.
Beautiful,
Yay.
like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of shit.
Yeah.
And then XXXTentacion did that for me. Helios Hussein did that for me.
R.I.P.
And then
Yeah.
and then like and you do that for me too, where it's like you're where I'm saying like I mean in a fashion where like, so for me personally, I've always been an artist where like I listen to people, but I'm not like a super fan of anyone. Like I don't just go deep dive into anyone's catalog. I'm like, because I don't want to be influenced by what they do, like their sound,
Right.
because it's successful. Versus like there are some people where I listen to them and it makes me want to go create. That's what I'm talking about. Like
Well,
I'm not about to go make something like what you made, but it makes me want to like
Turn
okay,
it off and
yeah.
write a verse
Yeah,
right
like
now.
like yeah,
Yeah.
like I can pull something from them though. Like so what I pulled from like Kanye is like the like his songs will have multiple different sounds in one song.
Yeah.
Or like XXXTentacion was like really short, but he's very like there's something in there, like it's
He gets
packed
his,
with
he gets
something.
his point across.
He gets
in
his
the short
point
amount.
across, which I took that. That's Elite Four was like a combination of XXXTentacion and Helios Hussein. Because like Helios Hussein, what I got from him was like how he packaged the projects. Like he did like 4-song EPs, and he like touched on 4 different things in one project, and then that was it. And
Right.
then like for you, I like what you do around the projects, or like everything like so how you I told you that when we were on the phone, like you did that promo video. That was like I was like that's probably the most brilliant way to like promote something that I've seen.
Aw.
Where like you didn't put the music in it. Like it was about the music without showing the music or like anything in it.
Right.
Which is like, I like that.
A little short film to tease it.
Exactly.
Kendrick did that, but like the song he used wasn't even on the album too.
Who did?
Kendrick, when he
Oh, yeah,
promoted
yeah.
GNX, the
Yeah.
song in that promo wasn't even on the album.
Hey, it's right there. GNX.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Hell
the
yeah.
last album I listened to.
So I like shit like that where like and I think that's
understand the
why,
Black Man's
because like
Struggle
I
now?
have that creativity in me, like that free form kind of creativity, and like certain
Right.
people kind of just make me want to draw it out,
Oh.
and I appreciate that.
I will say, like, we have this weird, like, creative synergy that I can't explain to
Yeah,
people. Like, for some reason, me and Persia click on so much shit. I feel like I could give him like an idea that I'm working on. He'll just understand what I'm going for,
Yeah.
like instantly. And I feel like when you presented me your shit, I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
This is dope
exactly.
as
Like,
fuck.
yeah, I think I don't really know what that is, but even the Falling Row was like that. Like
we both
when we
kind
talked
of
about that,
knew
like as soon as you
going
said it, I was like,
in.
got it. And then that's why I complimented you when we watched it the first time. I was like, this is exactly how you wrote it. Like
yeah.
this is like exact, even though like you wrote it for adaptability, but like there was a lot of intention in it. Like even with like Lear and Nick's characters, they were exactly the way they were
supposed to be.
They are them. You know, even Matt's character was kind of weird because like that is how Matt would react. Matt is that
Not
fucking
calling the
guy.
cops at all.
I think Matt would jump in. I think Matt would jump in.
Throwing a few licks.
Get off me, man.
So
They would start helping you guys kidnap him. Like, oh, you guys need help?
there's so much intention
money to
and
be made,
so
I mean.
much like brilliance even in there. Like so much like that's why I like having creative friends. Which actually now that I think about this, it makes me really happy. When I was a kid, when I was like a teenager, I used to watch movies and I would get really excited.
Oh my god!
Like from watching movies because I wanted to be a part of that, but like not be a part of it, like just like be a movie star. I wanted to be around
Part of a
creative
team.
people
Yeah.
constantly, and now I am. So dreams come
Wow.
I'll write that verse.
I thought you were about to say when you were a kid and you get really into things, explain to your friends how much it meant to you, and they're like, "What the fuck are you?"
true. That
going
is
on
true.
about?"
That's why I'm saying
That's
that.
that's why I like
That's-
you guys.
yeah,
I could
no.
say I could go on about the most random shit, and you guys be like, "Oh yeah, yeah."
That's why I'm saying that because
Right.
like at the time I
Yeah.
wasn't really around people
Uh-huh.
that understood that.
Yeah.
And which is also interesting because I don't think that I would like having a romantic partner that was the same.
You want like a
I like having friends
a
that
girl
are
who
like
can rap?
that.
Y'all can rap into each other.
No, no.
Yo, get out the motherfucking kitchen.
No, I like
Who? God. Yeah.
oh
She be like, damn.
New York
Persia,
voice.
like damn, Persia, what's up? Like
got me in the mood.
I love you. You just want to fuck. Like what? But like I like having a partner that's not into the creative space because I like seeing I try to see things through their eyes, if that makes sense. Like,
That's
so
an interesting point.
they consume things in a different way. So like if I play something for like my girl, it means a lot to me if she says like this is a banger. Like cuz like she's a normal person. So like a creative
Damn,
she's just a regular old
She's just
You
a
know what I'm saying? Like,
regular
she's just like
human.
she's just like an
Nothing
average
special.
normal. Like, yeah, she's just like a pedestrian. Like no, because like when like any creative,
I get what he's saying.
yeah, no, any creative is
Yeah.
gonna like they hear things a different way. Like I noticed
I
like
can attest to that shit because like when I was listening to music before I got into music, I wasn't listening for like the chords and like melody and shit. You break that stuff down when you're listening
You
to it as a
do, like-
creative.
Yeah,
And I remember before when I used to not do that and it all just kind of like whirled together and you're like, oh, I like the sound of that, you know?
you just get like that. A person who's not listening for anything is going to get something different than a person. Like if you play something, if I play a beat for Matt's gonna hear something. Even like we both produce, and he might hear something different than what I hear in it. Versus like a normal person is just gonna get the whole package. They're like, I like it or I don't like it. Like or like for someone to say something as a banger, like you need a bunch of normal people to hear this and think it's a banger. Versus like
Normies.
you need a bunch of reggies. No, versus like
Jesus
a
Christ.
producer might hear it and be like, yeah, I like the snare is like a little too like punchy,
But
like, you know, like
but that goes
like-
into a creative thing, like being a producer or something. You listen to a beat fucking 50 times in a row, not understanding like, yo, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with this? If you got somebody who's in the studio with you who never been in the studio, they be like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
what
No,
are you doing?
No, because also like that's true. Even I mean, there's value in just like hearing anything from like another person's perspective, I guess. Because like when I was recording this song called Free Bugatti, and I was singing on it, and like
other niggas. Yeah. See? I love that shit.
I like when I sing, like I'm not like Chris Brown. Like I'm just like I sing because like that's if it comes normal.
Stop.
Like I feel like
He won a Grammy.
I have to sing it. But so like sometimes
them
I'm not
notes.
like completely confident in like how I'm singing or what I'm singing. But like when I was doing that song, Lear was in the studio on the couch and I'm singing the song and then he started fucking singing. He was like singing the song out and like on live. And then someone that was on his live or whatever heard it and they were like, they said like that shit is hard as fuck. And then that was why I recorded it. Like another person who was nowhere near what was actually happening was like, I was like, oh, so that lands how it's supposed to land. You know, like that shit makes a big difference. So but I like having like friends that can relate to that because like for that exact reason. Like when Matt fucking did the Bebop beat, I was like, what the fuck? Or even like Lear fucking on that, like the way that you guys put the beat together, like that song together was so fucking wild. And like so as much as I was saying like how much like Max inspires me like creatively, when someone does something that I can't do, it's equally inspiring, but like it's inspiring for another reason because I can just enjoy it. Like I can like
That's a great way. That's how I thought when I was listening to your project. Because as a producer, I'm sitting there like, how the fuck is she doing this? And then I'm like, but then I'm like, fuck, it's so good.
Bro, like
So
even
good.
with like when I was listening to the Bebop beat, I was like, I couldn't make a beat like this, and I don't think I would sound good rapping on it. So I was like, I like when something humbles me like that, you know, because the way that I started creating was I would write to people's songs. Like when I was in high school, like I would
The instrumentals.
I would not instrumentals, their
like-
songs.
Oh, their
like,
song. Oh.
I would listen to their songs and write over the song. So when I came across a song where I was like, this is perfect, I can't touch it. Like I was like, that's very humbling. That's how I felt about the Bebop song. So I like being friends with creative people because they do things and I'm just like,
I saw somebody on
Thank you.
Twitter
Creativity.
say once, I can't remember the whole context of it, but it rang to me because I feel like it's exactly how I feel. Where, again, can't remember the context, but the thing that he said was, you are happy as a creative, you are happy. Certain people are happy when the product they make doesn't sound like they made it. And I relate to that so heavy because when I'm making a song, my most songs that I'm most proud of are songs where I like, when I listen to it, I'm like, oh, did I make this? What?
I do
made
that too.
this? Where I'm
I
like,
do that too.
wow, that doesn't sound like I make this. And so
Yeah.
when I would show my friends like, the best response I get when I show my friends a beat is when they go, what the fuck? This sounds like this song, or what the fuck? This person could have made this. I'm
but
like,
you know what? I do that too, especially like if I go back and listen to certain projects or like whatever, like some of the, like if I go back and listen to stuff that I made, especially production, because I'm a producer too, but I don't think of myself as a producer because I don't like, I make beats because I can't find a beat like that. Like that's like I make beats for myself. Like I don't really like making beats for other people. Like it's not what made me want to make beats.
Yeah.
Like I
It's like Tyler, the
wanted to
Creator.
make beats because I want to make beats for myself. So when I do that, like I'll go back and I'll listen. I'll be like, this beat is hard. Like who made this? Oh, I made this beat. Oh shit! All right. But like I still do that to this day.
Right.
But I had a call with Troy Carter, who's like he used to manage Lady Gaga. And he
Counting.
he told me to watch Quincy Jones's
Fresh.
documentary.
Love Quincy.
And he said, like, because we were talking about being a creative and like making stuff and blah 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 blah. And he said something, and it touched me actually. Like he said, you're not doing it, which is
again?
like I relate to that. He
You're
said,
not what?
You're not doing it. Like, and I think we all get that sense. Like when you're doing something, like that's what flow is. Like when you're doing something and you get caught up in the moment of doing that thing, you're not doing it. It's like ether
okay,
flowing through you.
Yeah.
Like it's like something is doing something through you, which is like yeah, which you have that experience, especially as an artist, like as a songwriter or whatever, when you're like, you're trying to write. Like if it's not flowing, that's like because you're trying to do it.
100%.
Versus like
I get that.
if you sit down and you're like so I had a session with a therapist who like said the same thing. Basically, he said that he's written like a bunch of books, and the only way that he does it is like every day he sits down for 5 minutes and he writes, and he says some days nothing comes, some days like I'll end up writing for 2 hours, but it's like at least if I sit down to work on this thing, like maybe the gods will like kind of they'll show favor to me and be like, okay, here you go. Like, you know, like, but it's fascinating. Like I think that like being creative, especially like really in any of our fields is like probably especially music. I'm partial to music because like it's like the closest thing to magic that like happens because like
You're welcome.
you're creating something, you're literally creating something from nothing, and then no matter what your instrument is, no one would do it in the way that you would do it. Like it wouldn't come like even like Nick was talking about photos earlier and I kept having this thought. Like a person, even when a person is critiquing you that does the same thing as you, like they're nudging you. Sometimes they're nudging you to make it better, but a lot of times they're nudging you to do it more like how they would do it.
Yeah.
And like
Yep.
that's not like if you like it, if you can adapt it into your toolbox. Like so when if I'm gonna bite off like what Max does, like if I decide to do like I like that idea of like shooting a promo video for your project, it's not gonna look like Max made it. Like it's gonna be the same thing in a different way, you know. Versus like if Wes was to shoot a video, Wes shoots a video in a different way than if you give him creative control. Wes is gonna shoot a video and it's gonna look different than like this next person's video. Like whatever, like the angles that they see, like even like when you're talking about a photographer, like they see a picture in their head and they're trying to make that happen. Like another person would see that from a different angle or like a different like thing. And like if Nick was trying to get it from this other person's angle, it wouldn't look right. You know, like it has to be authentic. It has to like go through. It's like it's literally like each person, like to what Troy Carter was saying, like it's not you doing it, but it has to go through you to land in a certain way. Like if you listen to like enough like motivational speakers or whatever, right? You'll learn that like each one of them is saying the fucking same thing.
Yeah.
But like each one of them is going to say it in a different way that is going to land for a different person.
Yeah.
Like and that's like art is the same way. It's very fascinating. Like it's a beautiful thing. I
That's
love
why
it.
we love it.
I love it so much.
Subjective for everybody.
It
you know?
is. It is.
It's why, you guys are all friends and you all make art. I'm surprised you guys haven't all done a big project together at
We
this
do.
point.
We do. Our
We
schedule
do-
is different.
We do things the way
Depression.
for me.
Be life.
For me, I get the most energized just from having everyone in a room.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
so
fair.
So for me, like I like studio sessions where everyone's at the studio session, but we're working on the song. Like not like we're all just fucking around. Like if
Damn, I missed that.
there
That
was
was
one
fun
session
stuff.
I came to where it was Lear and Lou doing the session, but I came to the session and
Yeah,
it
that
was
song.
just like I wrote a verse 5 minutes, like just sitting down like 5 minutes, like I was just like go. But it's because of the energy. I really like that energy, like where everyone is creative, and I really don't like when there's an ego. An ego will drain that.
The ego in
like-
the studio session is crazy.
I don't like that, and I noticed that. Like it's a weird. I had this thought earlier this morning. Like ego, yes, but ego kind of kills. Like in
Art.
any capacity, ego kills what like creativity is supposed to be about.
Yep. It's not a
Like,
competition.
It's not a competition, but also like you kind of miss out on what art can do by trying to make it do something for you, if that makes sense.
No,
Like
you're right.
if you're trying to like so like even with the context, I don't think there's anything. I think that we all like I want to be like a successful musician, but like if you put that above everything else that it's supposed to be, then it kills it for you, I think. Like whereas like, if you're an actor and you just enjoy acting, you're going to pursue acting in a different way than a person who wants to be a movie star. You know what I'm saying? Like but like I said this before about like our group of friends and like everything, like this entire group of people, literally everyone in this room only knows each other through music, because I wouldn't have met Nick if I wasn't making music. And then by proxy, Nick wouldn't have met Wes. I probably wouldn't have a real reason to talk to Wes because Wes does videos. And then I wouldn't have met you guys. And then I definitely wouldn't have met you. So then it's like the
I
relationship.
met Matt. Yeah, he used to bully him.
I used to bully Matt.
Yeah, well, that's different. But like you know, like we wouldn't be sitting here without like these things. And like so outside of like just the benefit to your ego that you can get from doing this creative thing, like real things are birthed from it. Like relationships are birthed from it. You meet people, you build bonds, and like do all this kinds of stuff just birthed from your creativity. And like you will miss out on that if you put your ego first.
Yeah. Matt.
Yeah, that's how I was doing it because
everybody.
When I was first made beats, it was 100% completely all just to make beats. Like I was just like, I want to make beats because I've always had music in my entire life. Like I always fucked around with music stuff, but never had something that I understood. And then I just saw you at a studio one time, and I was like, oh wow, he's making real music. I want to go see what that experience is like. And then because of that, he showed Jalir my music, and then Jalir's like, hey, can I like buy one of your beats?
What session was
and I was
that?
like, what the
He came to your session.
Was that my session?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember because Matt messaged me and was like,
oh,
yo.
Metro 37.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone, bro, CJ was there.
Oh, that was the Freeble guy.
AC was there.
Oh, that was that.
name?
Was that the first time you came to a session?
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn, that's fucking crazy.
I remember because Matt messaged me and was like, yo, I've never been to a studio.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And then I was like,
remember
yo, that's Persia. I was like, I don't see him having an issue, but yeah. And then that
He
was
said no. Oh, he did an
and
asshole.
at that time, I wasn't really considering mine.
I don't know.
that was a different time. I don't know. There was
Matt was
like
there
9
when Cyrus
people
was
there.
there was a bunch of people there.
It was the other dude too.
No,
Yeah,
if Casey was there, no, you're right.
Yeah, CJ was there because I think CJ got some beats.
Kyle,
Yeah,
Kyle
because-
was there.
yep, Kyle
was there. Yeah.
Can't remember the one dude.
Miz
I got
came.
photos for it.
Miz came too.
Miz.
But it was,
Yeah,
it was
Miz
the guy
and
that
Marty
made
was there.
songs with a lot. I can't remember his
It was either CJ or Casey.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I know
Were they
CJ
black?
was
Like
there
a
for sure.
Mexican kind of looking dude.
He was the only. All right.
in my cover photo, the picture of me talking to you, he's sitting right next to us.
Oh, I gotta look at it.
But yeah, that was the first session I went to.
Mexican.
I don't know. But
Mexican.
I can't
even during that session, I wasn't like really even considering myself a producer at that time. I wasn't even pursuing music. I just was like, this is fun, this is cool. And then when I went there and saw all you guys, I was like, wow, you guys take this really serious. This is fun. I kind of want to get into this, and it pushed me more, and now I'm here because of that.
It's a beautiful thing, bro. Honestly,
Great that fates aligned for you guys.
Oh yeah.
it's just it does that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if you let that, if you kind of just accept like that's a part of you and like let it guide you and let it lead you, like great things can come out of it, even aside from like the financial or like the ego based things, like, oh, everybody look at me, look how good I am at this thing, like, you know, like it's a dope thing. It's a beautiful thing, like in and of itself. I'm starting to like gain more of an appreciation for that, you know, like
yeah, me too.
yeah, it's a dope thing. And then like, bro, just the creation of it, it's like the act of creating. Like I know every fucking one of us does some shit, and then you're sitting there and then you're doing it, and then you're like, bro, like
Read
bro.
that verse back, bro. Read the verse back.
Like, bro, I made a beat the other day and I kind of just got lost in it, and it was like it stemmed from this idea of like, so I'm doing this joint project with this guy, and like the guy just inspired me. Like I've known him for years, but he just inspires me just because he still makes music, because so many people just quit or like gave up.
Right.
And like he still makes music, and that alone was inspiring to me. So then like we were interacting, I did a feature for him or whatever. He was like, oh, we should do a joint project. So he sent me these songs, and then there was one song on there I was like, bro, this would have a sweet beat switch. And then I just sat down and I was like, what should I do the beat switch from? I took a part of the original song that he did and then just started turning it into a beat switch. And then after that, I was like, God damn, this shit is hard.
I kind of
I was like, oh, I'm gonna play it for you. This shit is hard.
I kind of want
It's hard as fuck. But I love the art of like being creative and just like being around creative people with no ego. Cause like the ego does kill it. Like on a minor scale, it does kill it. Like you put like a bunch of creative people in a room where like even the session, you were inspired by just being around a bunch of. Nick wasn't even doing music. Nick is in there taking pictures. Like, you know, there are some people where like they don't even. Kyle was like not even like he wasn't contributing creatively, but it's just like an energy type
Energy-wise,
thing.
Definitely.
He brought
Versus,
Sable.
like-
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Versus like you get in there and another person is like trying to like
I think that was
own
the last
it.
day I Simple Lean.
Mm-mm.
basically, or like own it, or like they're trying to be like the most special person in the room or whatever. Like that kills it, like in a whole nother way. It throws the energy of everything off. So like that's why I like being in group sessions with certain people and like whatever. It's very energizing. It tells you like something is right, and good things come of that usually, you know.
Oh yeah.
But I'm sorry, I'm not trying to dick suck each other forever.
No, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
God,
Yep,
damn.
right.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
wrap this shit up.
All right, we'll wrap it up
Okay.
right now.
quick outro. So, Falling Row, it was great. We're gonna be at a festival next week, so
Yes.
can't wait, y'all.
Go
Represent
Poppy.
What's
Delton
the festival?
Delton Film Fest, y'all, and it's gonna be fun seeing y'all there. I'm so
The red carpet.
excited. Well, I mean, I didn't rent one.
Yo, see,
He's
you
doing
would
his
have
light skin fucking things already.
All right, yeah. So we'll sign off now.
Yup.
See you, Space Cowboys, later.
So fun.
See ya.